Coming round the fraudsters. Coming round the fraudsters. Fraudsters! Oh, I thought I'd just start off the stream with that one as we start up here for the South Sydney Rabbitohs taking on the Melbourne Storm. Hey guys, how you going? To the BK Sport. We are back here for another game to finish off the day. We've had two really crazy upsets in today's games, which was the Panthers taking down the New Zealand Warriors in New Zealand, and I didn't call it. I did still say the Dolphins with their form should be too good here, but I did say the Knights would be up for a big one. And guess what? The Knights were up for a big one, and they won 26-20 over the Dolphins. So a couple of big upsets here today. And now we would have if the Rabbitohs won this game, it's all on. You know, this season's gone. This season's just crazy. Season's ridiculous. We got the third place Warriors getting beaten by some team out there in bloody 11th at the time. We got the Dolphins who have scored 156 points and only conceded like 18 points or whatever in the last 3 weeks. 156-18, and they lose to the worst attacking team of the Newcastle Knights, who were in third last and now in fifth last. You know, what's happening here? And now we've got the Storm, who are in fourth, taking on the Rabbitohs in 15th. We don't know what's happening, but we're going to run through it. We've got 5 minutes to go until game kicks off. We just finished the last game. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's go. So the Rabbitohs, 15th position, taking on the Storm in 4th position, and this is at a core stadium in Sydney. Now the ins of the Rabbitohs, Latrell Mitchell and Lewis Dodd, with Jaden Sullivan and Jai Gray being the outs. The fullback is backing up from Origin, Latrell Mitchell, the captain, with the wingers being Alex Johnson and Tyrone Munro. Centers are Isaiah Tass and Ewan Aiken, who pushes in from the back row into the centre position. The 5'8", pushing out from the centre to the 5'8", is Jack Whiten, with the halfback being Jamie Humphreys. You go to the front row forwards of Davi Mawali and Keon Kolomatoni coming in off the 19th man into the starting prop position. Saliva Havili as the number 9, with the back row being Jai Arrow, who was originally a front rower. Now he's been pushed into the back row alongside Tallis Duncan and Lachlan Hubner, with the interchange being Ryan Gray, Sean Kepi, Liam LeBlanc and Tavita Totola, with the 18th man replacement being Lewis Dodd, and Wayne Bennett is the coach. Interesting that Lewis Dodd was originally the starting 6 and now he's the 18th man replacement. Rabbitohs team, lots of changes here all over the shop. They've got lots of injuries across this season so far. I actually had them up there for, I think, 7th position pre-season. Obviously, they've really disappointed on that. But again, a lot of injuries for the Rabbitohs this season. But could they get up for it and make this a complete upset day in rugby league? Now, for the Melbourne Storm, Alec McDonald and Sualaovi Faolongo come in, with Ativalu Lisati and Xavier Coates going out. Xavier Coates is not going to be backing up from Origin here. The fullback is Little Puppy Ryan Pappenhausen, with the wingers being Grant Anderson and Sualaovi Faolongo coming off the 20. The extra man's on the reserve at 20 onto the wing. The centers are Jack Howarth and Nick Meaney, with the 5'8", backing up from Origin, Cameron Munster. The halfback, Jerome Hughes. You go to the front row, Josh King is in the number 8 with Tuikami Kamitha coming in off the bench into the prop position for the starters from 16, with the number 9 backing up from Origin, Harry Grant, who is the captain. Back row is Sean Bloor and Elias Katoa with the 13. He comes in from the bench. Now he's starting Nelson Asafa Solomona. Interchange was originally starting Stefano Utukamanu. He's now on the bench alongside Trent Loiero, backing up from Origin. He was originally starting, now on the bench. Tyron Wishart and Alec McDonald, with the 18th man replacement being Bronson Garlick, and the coach is Craig Bellamy. Game hasn't started yet, so it's good. We smashed through that. I'm tipping the Storm here, but based off of today, the Rabbitohs should win, because every upset is happening here, there, everywhere. You look at there, upset. You look there, upset. You look there, upset. Everyone's getting upset. Tigers, I blame you for not making it a perfect upset round so far. You had every right to win yesterday, but you didn't. Anyway, I'm tipping the Storm, but surely I probably should tip the damn well. I realistically should be tipping the Rabbitohs based off of what this round has been so far and what this season has been so far. All right, Storm are running out of the field here, so let's quickly run through this ladder. Storm are in 4th position on 22 points. The Warriors lost. They're on 24 points. The Storm have a plus 171 points differential. The Warriors have a plus 25 points differential, which means Storm win, they go up there into 3rd position. Equal with the Warriors, but their points differential is already much better. So if they win, they're 3rd, settled, signed, sealed, and delivered. Now, if they lose this game, they're not going to drop out of 4th position. They will stay in 4th, but it'll just keep them on the 22 points away from everybody else. The Sharks, the next best team, they're in 5th position with 18 points, 4 points separating them. But the Sharks do play the Broncos tomorrow, which could put them back within 2 points of them. So the Sharks, desperate. Everybody outside the top 4 in that kind of 5 through 10 range right now is desperate for the Storm to lose. Not that it really matters though, but the point of the matter is that if the Storm win, they go to 3rd. If they lose, they stay in 4th. But the Sharks then, kind of come back into the top 4 equation. On the other side of the table, you got the Rabbitohs, who are in 14th. No, correction, they're in 15th because the Knights won. Because the Knights have better points differential than them. Knights were minus 69, now they're minus 63. Rabbitohs are on 14 with minus 88, and the Tigers are on 14 with minus 66. If the Rabbitohs lose this game, they have a genuine chance of going into second last because the Titans and Eels play each other tomorrow on 12 points. One of those two teams will win. Eels have minus 105, Titans have minus 122, and the Rabbitohs have minus 88. So it's a 17-point switch between the Rabbitohs and the Eels, and it's a 40, 32, 98, 108, 118, 34-point switch between the Titans and the Rabbitohs. If the Rabbitohs get flogged here today, then one of those two teams will go above them tomorrow. But they just obviously want to keep it relatively competitive so their points differential doesn't get impacted, so they'll jump them tomorrow with a 17 or a 34-point switch. But at minimum, that if they lose, they will finish in 14th with a high potential of finishing in 15th. If the Rabbitohs win this game, they would go back above the Knights, they would go above the Tigers, they would go above the Cowboys, and then they would go equal with the Dragons, the Roosters, Manly, Broncos, and the Dolphins. They're on 7th through to 11th. Now, their points differential of minus 88 is the worst of the lot there. Dragons minus 59, Roosters minus 18, Manly plus 22, and Broncos plus 44. Dolphins now plus 136. So, yeah, basically they would finish off the round in 11th position there. Unless the Cowboys beat the Roosters tomorrow, then they would jump into 12th. But there you go, guys. The game has started. Third tackle for the Rabbitohs. They're at the 35. I'm going to refresh the score before Jay starts having a meltdown, which is a very Jay Hayes thing to do. Oh, it's already been refreshed. I told you, Jay. I told you, mate. You see, you got to get on with the times with me. I'm on the times. I'm absolutely flying. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. By the way, we've hit 30K like last month. I think it was last month we hit 30,000 midway through last month. We are on our way to potentially being at 40K by the end of the year. So that's a big old jump. That's a big old jump, especially for the rugby league game. We've got a limited audience in Australian Rugby League, but we are absolutely crushing it with people tuning in, subscribing for Origin, and getting around all the NRL games. So I appreciate you as per usual. But third tackle here for the Melbourne Storm, Nelson Asafa-Solomona. He'll be taken down to the 35. Kent Bro says, if South wins, surely Storm don't go on fraud watch as well. Jeez, Brody. Oh, Brody, no. Look at this table. It's out of control at the moment. It's out of control here, lads. We've got 4 teams on fraud alert. 4 teams on fraud alert and a scam there. Bulldogs, if you lose a game, I'm taking the Titans off there so that you can have the fraud alert because we're not taking it. We're confirmed champions. We're just leading everyone into a false sense of security. Latrell Mitchell here on first tackle, taken to the 22. 2 minutes in. But Kent Brody, you're making a solid old point there. Losing to a bottom 4 team that could potentially be in second last, probably is in second last by the end of the round. Storm would probably have to go on fraud alert, and that will be a drop ball from the Rabbitohs. So the Storm are going to get the ball at the 18. Storm will get the ball at the 18. Grass McGrath's already on play. They're going to challenge this. I actually thought it went backwards. They didn't challenge it. I actually thought it went backwards, but sure. Olivia says, I wonder if they will let me take a sign on the field tomorrow saying sub to BKR Sport. Hey, you can try. You can try, Olivia. You can try. Colin Kennedy says hi. Brocky Sports says Storm 1-12, but I have a weird feeling about the Bunnies. You have a weird feeling about the Bunnies because you've seen the Knights win today and you've seen the Panthers win today and you almost saw the Tigers win yesterday. Oh, man. If the Rabbitohs win today, then the Tigers fans have to be like, why not us at this point? Why not us? Everyone's beaten everyone. The Warriors lost. And then, assumingly, the Storm lose. That's 2 top 4 teams. And then all 3 of the top 4 teams that played this week could have lost this week if the Tigers had done their damn well job in the second half. Storm score, though. Harry Grant. Bang, bang. See you later. Okay, well, this doesn't look like an upset's happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Does not look like an upset might be happening here. It's 4-0 to Harry Grant in the Melbourne Storm. He scores first, and it's about to be 6-0 any moment now. About to be 6-0 in just a few moments. Just about to be 6-0 any moment now. Mitchell says Raiders have already lost a whopping 3 games. We would have felt bad if we made it 4. Mitchell, you're letting the team down. You Tigers are letting the team down. But then again, so are the Rabbitohs apparently right now. Don't worry, Mitchell. I'll do you a favour. Titans will make up for it tomorrow with a big win over Parramatta. I'll do you a favour. We'll do everyone a favour here and make everyone happy because everyone's a Titans fan at the end of the day. David says Storm percentage is good because they have put cricket scores on teams this season. Davo, is that you, Sherlock? Sherlock, is that you? Wow, we've got Sherlock Holmes in the chat, guys. Welcome in, Sherlock Holmes. Dasmate says, why did that bell say established in 1908 when it's established in 2002? I'm not getting into the Rabbitohs argument. I'm not doing it. Rabbitohs fans, you can have a go at Daz. I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved in this conversation. I will let you have it. Brenton says, all I gotta say, 10-game win streak has started. You know why we're celebrating, Brenton? Because that means you're going to re-sign Adam O'Brien for the next 10 years. So don't worry, we're cheering you home with you. You'll get knocked out in round 1 or round 2 of the week 1 or week 2 of the finals. But you know what? All power to you, man. Newcastle. Adam O'Brien, save his job. 10-year contract. You know what? Give him a lifetime contract. Why don't you give Adam O'Brien a lifetime contract, Brenton? I'll cheer you home the whole way, because that means that the Knights are going to remove themselves from the premiership race for the next lifetime. So you can go and win your games, but it just means that Adam O'Brien's going to have his job saved. So, well done. Dasmate says 60k, 50k by the end of the season. Oh, this crowd is pathetic, bro. Dude. Ooh, dude, look at the crowd, man. There's more empty seats there than I've ever seen in my life. There's more empty seats there than a random Tuesday at 3 p.m. at a Gore Stadium when there's no event on. Why is there so many empty seats, man? Second tackle with the Storm at the 15. Ibrahim says it's like India. What are you talking about? Olivia says, if I give each player a note saying sub to BKR as they run out tomorrow, that's 17 new subs. Listen, Reece Welsh. I'm not too sure if he's going to subscribe. I'm not too sure that Reece Peacy's going to subscribe. I know Reno does. He just won't admit it. So left hand side, 4th tackle, and they kick the ball back on the inside. Jerome Hughes. Okay, there's no upset coming in today, ladies and gentlemen. No upset is coming on today. Bottom. Jerome Hughes has just gone and scored a try. Bottom. 10-0 with a kick to come. Hey, Rabbitohs, I just want to point this out to you. I just want to really point this out to you. Your points differential is already now at minus... it's already at minus 98. They're about to get a conversion to make it minus 100. Okay? The Eels are at minus 105, and the Titans are at minus 122. If you keep on going this way, no matter what, whoever wins tomorrow will go above you. Mitchell with a $10 donation says Storm 75-0. Why 5? Why 70? Oh, okay. No, I get it. He's a Tigers fan. Yep. No, you do realise that Tigers loss to the Cowboys is not the biggest loss of all time. 74-0 was not the biggest loss of all time. I think the biggest loss was like a Bulldogs win against someone a few years back. Someone, like, as in a few years back, as in like 80 to 100 years back. I think it's like 88-0 or 86-7-0 or some shit. But thank you for the donation, Mitchell. Broggy says, great defense, Rabbits. No, fantastic defense. Fantastic defense, Rabbits. Yeah, it was like 91-6. Thank you, Kent Brody. Who was it against? Was it Bulldogs Dragons or was it Dragons? I think it was the Bulldogs who got it. And maybe it's probably going to be like a Cumberland, or it's going to be a Glebe, or it's going to be a Western Suburbs Magpies or some shit. Emery, James Howard's a Storm 13+. Bold call, mate. Bold call while the Melbourne Storm are up 12-0. You're really on the money there. Olivia Reese says, I wonder if Terrell Mead is here to play the whole game or just 15 minutes today. I'd take him off now. Game's over. Campo says, not shocked Sherlock Holmes in the chat because that South defense was elementary. Oh, mate. Brody, he's on fire today. He's on fire today. So Munster grabs the ball in the in-goal, and Nelson Asafa-Solomona brings it out now to the 15. So if I update the ladder, have they put the Knights out of it just yet? The Knights have been updated. So now, just want to throw this out there. Rabbitohs are the 3rd worst attack in the comp, but they've also had one extra game in the Eels. So realistically, the 2nd worst attack in the comp. They've only scored 22 more points than the Knights so far this season. People aren't talking about it enough. Defensively, they've given up 329 points, which is the 4th worst defense in the comp. 4th worst defense in the comp, and arguably the 2nd worst attack in the comp. 4th tackle in for Melbourne at the 35. Elias Katoa rolls back to Harry Grant, off to Josh King, and Josh King at the 45. Mitchell, it says 6-0. GG's Rabbits, you ain't touching the Storm. Yeah, well, it's actually 12-0. Yeah, it's actually 12-0, buddy. So, Latrell Mitchell at the 11 and brings it back out now to the 15 on first tackle. Campbell says, oh, just a good old-fashioned murder tonight. Cool, it might be an early night for me then. Yeah, welcome to Melbourne Storm games, mate. You know, where they either lose the game or they win by 100. So, right now it's looking like a 100 points could be on offer here today. The Titans have already won in the women's game, mate, so you can have a nice little sleep before the Titans get to beat the STD logo Parramatta Squeals tomorrow. Full tackle with the Rabbitohs at the 35. Emery James Howard says, sorry, Rabbitohs, but you's going to get slaughtered tonight. Straight 100. Okay. So, Rabbitohs might be getting slaughtered tonight, but your English is slaughtering my brain. So, Mitchell says, I know, but it's the biggest loss in the last 50 years. Who was playing in that game again, Mitchell? What was the biggest loss in the last 50 years again? Hedwig says Panthers 11-20. So not Panthers 11-20 because obviously the Panthers have already played today. And Storm hit Grass McGrath, but Pappenhausen goes backwards. Jerome Hughes to Fa'alongo, and taken down to the 25, second tackle. So the Panthers have already played today, Hedwig, but you've said Panthers, so maybe the Panthers win 11-20. See, the Panthers, they won by 10 points, so it's like the game's already played. Panthers game is already finished, and it was a 10-point game. So I'm assuming you're not referring to that because surely you would know that doesn't make sense. But if you're talking about the Panthers, now I'm getting it. I'm starting to really understand it now. So 10 minutes into the game here, 30 minutes to go the first half. Hit that like button and subscribe if you are new around here. We've got 3 games tomorrow. Boggy Sports with a $3 donation says the greatest NRL players come from Lismore. Who comes from Lismore? Greatest NRL players come from Lismore? Tino's not from Lismore, mate. I think you could be on the money, Mitchell. I kind of wish I put a lazy 100 on him. Lazy 100 on Storm. Storm are playing like $1.20, mate. He would have won $20. So Storm now have the ball at the 50. So I was looking at the chat and the Rabbitohs have made another mistake. So it must be a one-on-one strip actually. Yep, Nelson actually stripped it and then threw it backwards. So second tackle here for the Storm and they're 35 metres out. Third tackle. Josh Paxton. Oh, there you go. Get around Josh Paxton. He's going to be the greatest of all time, besides Keanu Kenny and Tino. Out to the left, off to Anderson, and Anderson's going to be 15 metres away on fourth tackle. Gives it off to Cameron Munster. Munster at the back of net of Jerome Hughes. Hughes is this one. I don't know why I got that one wrong. And now the Storm, Nick Meaney at the 20. Gary says, startled Rabbits staring into headlights here. Yeah, much like their season. Jerome Hughes... Good kick. Alex Katoa coming through. He catches it, but he will get taken down half a metre short of the line. Jared says, Storm really going to try compete with the clock this game? Oh, no. Well, currently they're beating the clock. It's currently 12-11. Currently 12-11 between the Storm and the clock. So Storm doing a good job, but now it's 12-12. Now it's 12-12. Really close game here. Rabbits are handing Grass McGrath the Dally M. The Knights still give Grass McGrath the Dally M even when they win. It's really impressive. That's really impressive. Generational stuff. Third tackle for the Rabbitohs at the 15. But then again, the Rabbitohs are, close enough to them. Back onto the inside. And now 25 metres out. Fourth tackle, Talis Duncan. Brilliant comeback by the clock. Yeah, well, it's a tie game, but it's a nice comeback from the clock. Fifth tackle at their own 40. And Jack Whiten will kick that one down to little puppy run Pappenhausen. He gives it off to Grant Anderson. And Anderson will take it to the 25. Okay, the clock has a chance to take back the lead here. Clock has a real red-hot opportunity to take back the lead with 7 seconds left. Oh, geez, Storm nearly knocked that ball on. And you know what? The clock has done it. It is now 13-12 to the clock. It is now 13-12 clock. Day of the upsets, Marcel says. Yeah, it's really, Melbourne Storm massive upset here. Yeah, Melbourne Storm are looking like they're about to get a big upset over the Rabbitohs. Forward tackle the halfway point. Harry Grant, good run. Harry Grant's away. He gets the ball back. And no! They had the chance to take back the lead of the clock, but Pappenhausen will knock it on, and the Rabbitohs will get this ball out here to the 50. Oh, if it was just thrown a little bit softer, it would have been bang. Jamie Humphreys. Jamie Humphreys brings it to the 45 on the Storm side of the field. That was a try left begging there. A little bit softer of that pass, and Pappenhausen scores for sure. The number 15 for the Storm is a beast. Who's the 15? 15 is... Nelson. Oh, yeah, big Nelson, Salamona. Yeah, he's massive. All right, so third tackle for the Rabbitohs at the 30. Oh, that's forward. That was definitely forward. Catch the ball, you scab. Don't you ever talk to the little mum and puppy like that ever again. Don't ever talk to the little mum and puppy like that again. That man has the second best mullet that has ever existed behind Tino. We don't disrespect the top three Muppet Mans. Muppet Mans? Mullet Mans. Oh, knock on for the Storm. So this is going to be Rabbitohs ball to 10. Chance to get back in the game here, Rabbits. Come on. Come on. The clock's starting to pull away now, though. It's 14 to 12 to the clock. It's starting to pull away a little bit. Starting to pull away. And Grant Anderson cannot come up with that one. It's looking like another brilliant game to end off a Saturday, just like last week with the Dolphins and the Cowboys. The Saturday night games recently have been dreadful. Dolphins-Cowboys last week. I think it was Dolphins-Dragons the week before that. And penalty to the Rabbitohs right in front. Take the field goal. Emery says, I used to play with Nelson at Upper Hutt Tigers back in the days. Well, where are you, mate? We're waiting for you to crack on here for the Melbourne Storm. All right, so Rabbitohs here. Keon Koloamatangi, he'll bring it out to the 3 first tackle. Tino can throw a better punch than Muhammad Ali. That's correct. Ask Matt Burton. Second tackle, 7 metres away. Tino didn't throw a punch, actually, in that fight. Because Burton was too scared of Dan Gagai, wasn't he, Daz? So it's going to be first tackle here for the Rabbitohs after a 6 again, 5 metres away. I have met Big Nasty in person. He looks bigger in person on TV. No, he's a big bloke. I think he's 6'5", isn't he? I'm 6'2", 6'3". He's 6'5". Rabbitohs with the Keon Koloamatangi. Then Jack Whiten, and he'll be 4 metres out, third tackle. Come on, Rabbitohs, please score to keep this game interesting. Please. Isaiah Tass, taken down 7 metres away. Ezra says, who do you think is going to win? Ezra, who do you think I think is going to win? I want to ask you who you think that I think is going to win. And to Pappenhausen with a great pick up there at the 3, so it'll be first tackle Melbourne Storm. I used to play with Nathan Cleary. He once told me I was a better player than him. Look, it makes sense. It does make sense, just without the sense part, but you are making a comment. It's just not sensical. So I do have to agree with you that Nathan Cleary exists, and you are making a comment, but the sense part is where I struggle to believe. That's your Tinder height. Do guys actually lie about their height on Tinder? Well, it's like you're going to find out when you go on a date with the guy. Oh, another knock on here from Melbourne. They're actually allowing the Rabbits back into this game. Big Nelson, 6'7" is he? Damn. 6'7's wild. That's wild. But like, it's not like you're going to be able to hide from your height. You're not going to be able to hide. With that being said, though, if guys are lying about their height, women can't complain because they use photos from like 10 years ago and put it on Tinder. They use their best photo from 10 years ago and say, this is me. Come meet me. And you turn up and it looks like a completely different person. So the Rabbitohs now, we're going to get taken over the sideline. Yep, he's over the sideline. Oh, he's lost the ball. Oh, it's Storm ball here at the 25. It's the Storm ball at 25. Rabbitohs, that was first tackle, lads. That's first tackle. Jared says, people lie about everything on Tinder. I always match with people who try to scam me on WhatsApp. Oh, yeah, no, the old WhatsApp scams, they're brilliant. They're brilliant. I actually don't even use Tinder, especially not over here. I actually genuinely have no interest in Tinder because it's just a waste of time because maybe Australia it's a lot less scams, but over here it's rife. And to be fair, most of the Tinder over here in like Thailand is like call girls and shit. And you're not even actually talking to them, I don't believe. I'm pretty certain you're talking to like the like pimps and stuff. While my oldest brother 7'3". Oh, there you go, big boy. So second tackle over the Storm at the 40. Jay, who was it? Who do you reckon it is, Jay? So, Tui Kamikamatha, he'll be at the 47. I'm currently in Tanzania, Ezra. I'm currently in Tanzania. There's a lion walking past my room right now. 4 tackler at the 45. Must be a real lottery in Thailand. Yeah, for more ways than you can imagine. So the Storm here at the 30 on fit tackle. Using Tinder is your first mistake. Yeah, Mitchell's a big hinge kind of guy. Big hinge. Massive hinge kind of guy. Trell Mitt loses the ball. That's a knock on. And it's going to be Storm ball at the 10 metres. Storm ball 10 metres out. What time is it for you? It is currently 4:63 a.m. November 24th, 1993. That's where I currently am. That's the current time for me. So Terrell Mitt just drops it there into Nelson, and the Storm are going to get another brilliant opportunity to put another point and put some more points past them, score a try. Still 21 minutes left to the first half. Give me one sec. Alright, we're back. So Stormy at 10 metres away, 20 minutes to go the first half. Hit that like button and subscription. Far longer goes himself. 5 metres out. Who would have thought that a Storm vs Rabbitohs game was going to be boring comparatively to the Knights vs Dolphins? It's okay, you can vape on stream. I don't vape, Olivia. I used to. I don't vape anymore. It's completely illegal in Thailand. It's one of the strictest countries for vapes in the world, actually. Nelson will knock the ball on, so the Rabbitohs will get the ball at the 5. But no, it's actually, it's not impossible, but like it's very difficult to actually find vapes over here. But no, I haven't vaped over here at all. Alright, so the Rabbitohs will kick this ball out here to the 30. It's crazy. So, like, Australia is at a point where it's like, it's illegal, but you can still find them. Vietnam is similar. But Thailand has taken a very strict approach to it because of big tobacco. Brenton says, we've been saying that each week, Knights love a grind. They do, but it's still like, they've actually kind of made it enjoyable in that game. There was a game a couple of weeks ago that made it enjoyable, which is a very big surprise. Rabbitohs have kind of turned into the Knights. The Rabbitohs have turned into the Knights. Gary, vaping is illegal in Singapore too. Yeah, but the funniest thing is that vaping is only illegal because big tobacco runs shit, basically. And Jack White will be 4th tackle at the 45, specifically regarding Asia. Because in Asia, cigarettes are smoked very consistently by a lot of people. So by vaping coming in, it's a lot more enjoyable for a lot more people, and they were losing way too much money. Let's get that ball up in the air. Pappenhausen could take. Well, that's a penalty. Yeah, it's a penalty Storm for sure. Penalty. So now the Storm want to play like shit. Where was this 6 weeks ago? No, that was them playing like shit too, mate, against the Tigers. Was it against the Tigers? Is that who was the game 6 weeks ago? You love referring to that game from 6 weeks ago. Do you have like a passion for that game? Are you like a big fan? Because don't worry, when the Titans play the Tigers, we can make you feel like it again if you'd like. No, you got it wrong. Knights. Knights love grinder, apparently. So first tackle at the 35 for Melbourne. It's offside when it comes off for Trent Loiero. Was love Ladyboys all the same? Oh my gosh, the chat's just gone wild now. After 3 straight games, you always know that the third streamer's always going to get the loonies out. And Josh King. And he'll be at the halfway point. I think the old Sunday afternoon games have turned into the late Saturday game in regards to the craziness. That's hit Grassy McGrass. And it will go backwards. So Melbourne Storm still with the ball. Jack Howarth gets it to the 50 on 4 tackle. Yeah, but I can't say that, Olivia. I can't say that. You're gonna have to come up with a different name because I need to be socially responsible. I cannot say that I can't say that's what Saturday is. 5th tackle now at the 40, and Jerome Hughes kicks that ball into the corner. Where Latrell Mitchell at the 5 takes it to the 10. Semantics, Jay. Semantics. Oh yeah, Gary, that's the way to get around it. That's the way to get around what Olivia said. That's the one. All we need now is the Broncos dance in the chat. I'll give up. If Broncos start dancing in the chat, I give up. That's when I give up. So third tackle, and the Rabbitohs will get to the 30 on fourth tackle. Tavita Tola, good post contact to the 35. Oh, here's the numbers. Here's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. The Raiders. Rabbitohs are away to the 40. Fifth tackle. Scandalous Saturday. There you go. Yeah, but it doesn't have the oomph in it, you know? Muppet Sunday had a bit of oomph in it. Very high kick. Tricky take to make. That's going to be Storm Ball at the 22. Storm Ball. Need a herbal inhaler to get me going. Oh, gee whiz. Gee whiz. Now, that's what we're talking about. That is exactly what we're talking about. And Fa'olongo out to the 35, third tackle. It's sexy calling it scandalous, is it not? But I wouldn't say this is currently sexy right now. So that defeats the whole purpose of your comment. Why is scandalous sexy? I know that there is a lot of stuff in the world that is scandalous, that is involved around sex, but I don't think I'd be talking about this chat being scandalous in that terminology at the moment. Storm kick that ball up 10 metres away. They let it bounce, the Rabbitohs, and Isaiah Tass goes to the 12. I can't believe this game is still 12-0, mind you. I cannot believe this game is still 12-0. The Storm have not proven themselves whatsoever. Like, they dominated the first 10 minutes, and then they've just, like, said, you know what? We're just going to chill out for a bit. We're just going to relax. Now the Rabbitohs' third tackle at 25. It's always this damn Saturday game that just ends up being the fizzler of the weekend. Sexy Saturdays, let's all hit Bangala Road. Yeah, you'd be into that, wouldn't you, Brenton? Time to hit Sukhumvit, mate. Time to get down to Sukhumvit. Sukhumvit Saturdays. And Rabbitohs, Ewan Aiken at the 45th tackle. Can't believe Ezra and Skinner both. So it's going to be the Melbourne Storm who picked this one up here at the 10 through Swalavi Fa'olongo. He gives it off to Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen gets the ball off, and that's going to be another knock on. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Harambe, Harambe, Harambe. So I'm just trying to meditate to get through the amount of knock-ons the Storm are making this game, especially on breakaways. So knock on there from the Storm, 25 metres out for the Rabbitohs. Russian strip joints will be going off there right now. I believe strip joints are illegal here. Like, girly bars are girly bars, but I believe strip joints are illegal, which, you know, make sense, because girly bars are effectively brothels. But it's like, I believe that strip joints are illegal in Thailand. So the Rabbitohs here will be 18 metres out, first tackle. At least they know when to leave, Jay, unlike Rabbitohs here at the 15 on second tackle. Email gate 2025. Keon Kalamatangi at the Jack White and Latrell Mitchell. Good pass there. That's a try to the Rabbitohs. Alex Johnston gets one step closer to Ken Irvine. 9 tries away from breaking Ken Irvine's all-time try-scoring record is Alex Johnston. So Latrell Mitchell with a brilliant pass out to Johnston. And honestly, Storm, you could have been up by 30 on the Rabbitohs right now, but they keep knocking the ball on. They could have genuinely been up by 30 to 40 at this point. But they just keep knocking the ball on. I'll say, the reason this game is close has absolutely jack shit nothing to do with the Rabbitohs. It has absolutely nothing to do with the Rabbitohs. The Rabbitohs have been awful. Awful. But the Storm have been just as awful outside of their 2 tries. Oh, Grass McGrath is having a spectacular game in Brenton. It's generational. Generational. It was even great in the Knights game. But, like, the Storm, if you lose this game, I have to put you on fraud alert. And I don't want to, the ladder is just like frauds and scammers and frauds and ladyboys, and the ladder's just getting out of control, man. So Ken Irvine, 212 tries. Alex Johnson, 203 tries. Latrell Mitchell, let's see if he can make it the conversion here from the sideline. Bellyache will be going off. I'm going off. And hey, Blues fans who wanted Latrell Mitchell to be your conversion kicker for Game 3. Well, you like that one? Missed kick, 12-4 to the Storm with 12.5 minutes to go the first half. Blues fans keep saying, oh, we're going to bring Latrell Mitchell in. We're going to bring Latrell Mitchell to converted kicks. Nathan Cleary and also Zach Lomax are actually pretty good kickers. And I don't like saying that about Zach because he's an idiot. But, like, they're pretty good kickers. And everyone's like, oh, it's time we bring in Kermit. Well, there's a missed kick for you. Yeah, you're right, technically, girly bar. No, but girly bars aren't actually... They're not... Well, they're not... They're not strip clubs. They're effectively brothels. But, like, the technicality of the word strip club, I'm pretty certain is banned here. Grassy McGrath really makes Blaze feel things this Saturday. Grassy McGrath's my favourite player in the entire competition. Nothing can stop him. Nothing can stop him. Nothing will stop him. And I refuse to try and stop him. No way. I'll never, ever stop Grassy McGrath from being the best type of Grassy McGrath that ever did Grassy McGrath. Third tackle at 25. The ladder is overwhelmed with frauds. It's getting ridiculous. Like, it does show you the state of the competition this year. It's getting absolutely diabolical and ridiculous. All right, so that's going to be the Melbourne Storm get the ball at the 11. I cannot believe it's 12-4 right now. Craig is going to rip them a new one at half time. I hope he's ripping them a new one now. I hope he says, hey, ref, I want a timeout. And the ref's so confused, and they just take him off the field, and then he just gives them all an elbow. Nice little left jab right to the cheek. Gary's the lady boys run to the table. Gary, this is telling me a lot about your Thailand experiences in your life, mate. Fourth tackle here at the 35. At the 35. But with that being said, I would much prefer a close game, so I'm glad the Storm aren't pumping. At the halfway point, Harry Grant rolls it out. Yeah, I'd hate to have dinner at Gary's. That'd be a scary time, Jay. Wow. Hey, Gary, when I come to England, mate, I'm not coming around for dinner. Not coming around for dinner. Gary Thailand experiences will be one for the ages. Him and he's probably Shark Boy. He's probably Shark Boy from the cricket streams. It's just Gary's all grown up over here. So third tackle here for the Rabbitohs at the 35. But you're only as old as you are in here. So fifth tackle now for the Rabbitohs at the 50. They give it out to Latrell Mitchell. Latrell Mitchell gives it out to Ewan Aiken, and he'll be at the 40. 10 minutes to go in the first half here, guys. Bada bing, bada boom. Thumbs up. Bada bing, bada boom. Subscribe. And knock on, Rabbitohs. Well done, Trell. That's brilliant stuff there, Latrell. Knock on. It's Grassy McGrath again getting involved. Jared says, I'd also hate to eat at Gary's. Imagine going to the bathroom. There's okay. Now we're getting a bit wild. Now we're getting a little bit wild here. We're talking about bloody glory holes. That's a bit. There's definitely something that you're gonna need to call someone, mate. You're gonna need to call someone. It's time to go home. It's time to go home, Jared. Second tackle now at the 44. And Harry Grant out of the right side of Munster. And 6 again. Trent Loiero, Jerome Hughes. After Bubby gives it out right inside. They're 20 metres away from the line. First tackle. It is definitely Muppet Hour. Muppet Hour has... Well, it started about an hour ago, so we've got a double whammy here. It is Gary's fault, though, Olivia. Gary, Anthony, and Skunkle. The three musketeers. Munster on second tackle. Gets the off the way to Harry Grant. Little puppy. Then to Nick Meaney, and Meaney's going to be 13 metres away, third tackle. And Elias Katoa, he's still going, but he will be half a metre short on fourth tackle. You're off to Thailand next year? Yeah, I'm not surprised, Gary. I'm definitely not surprised you're off to Thailand next year. Played out there by the Rabbitohs, and that is going to be a knock-on from Melbourne Storm. Knock-on. Oh, Brenton. Oh, my gosh. We've only got 40 minutes, 10 minutes half time, and 8 minutes to go. Oh, we've still got about an hour left. We've got like 50 minutes left of the comment section right now. Oh, my gosh. Got about 50 minutes left of the comment section. Mitchell says, one more knock on and they have to be in fraud alert, surely. It's astounding. It's truly astounding how many times the Storm have knocked on in this game. What are they on? They're on 6 errors. Oh my gosh. Rabbitohs, good run by Jamie Humphries, 3rd tackle. I really want the Rabbitohs. No, I don't want them to win because I want the Titans to be able to go above them tomorrow. I want them to go above them tomorrow. Oh, Grassy McGrath back in play, but his eye task grabs it before it's a knock on. 4 tackle off to Keon Kolomatangi, and Kolomatangi will be at the 35 on 5th tackle. Okay, Gary, I'm not going to lie. This is banter aside, mate. We definitely don't need to know about you having Crohn's and talking about not being near... Oh, my God, it's another knock-on from the Storm. Oh, my gosh, it's another knock-on from the Storm. Oh, my gosh, another knock-on from the Storm. I'm hearing about someone talking about the Lou and their Crohn's, and then I've got to look at Pappenhausen knock the ball on for the millionth time in a game so far. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, how does a man stay sane? How does a man stay sane in this society? How does a man stay sane in this world? How does a man stay sane in this society, this world, this current climate of the global scene? Oh, gee whiz. Oh, man. I don't have any drinks or alcohol here, but shit, I need your strongest buddy tequila. Deary wildy me. How did Gary go from being bald by Toby to Ladyboys, putting jokes in toast, and now talking about his groans? Oh, 2nd tackle with the Rabbitohs, 2 minutes out. Score here, Rabbitohs. Make a game of it, mate. Only 60 minutes to go, Blaze Brenton. How do you survive in this society? That's a penalty. That should be a penalty to the Rabbitohs. 6.5 minutes left. They get a penalty 10 metres out. You only now realise that you can't be saying this world. Not here. Not on this channel. Not on this channel, mate. Not on this channel. What we got? We got like 33,000 complete Muppets here, and all led by one massive Muppet and me. And we're watching the Storm knock this ball on more times than the Knights have knocked on this season, nearly. That's a lot of knock-ons. 2nd tackle for the Rabbitohs. 2 metres out from the line. Anyone new to this channel, like, I'm so sorry that you have to even exist in this part of the world. Latrell Mitchell passes it. Offload. Jamie Humphries. That is a knocked down by Grant, but that's still a knock-on from Mary Grant. Yep, that's going to be Rabbitohs ball here at the 10. Mitchell says, this game makes me feel really confident about my team. Mitchell, I don't want to break it to you. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news here. Don't want to do it. But you have had 2 byes to the Rabbitohs 1. The Tigers aren't necessarily infamous for winning games. And you're in the bottom 4. You are part of the Dribbler Brigade. Yes, sir. You're still here. You can't get away from us. Tigers fans, you can't get away. You think you win a game, you're out of the Dribbler squad. Well, you haven't won a game in 6 rounds for starters. But Dribbler squad, you're the El Capitanos. You're the El Capitanos of the Dribbler squad. You can try and get away. This is like Hotel California. You can check in, but you can't check out, son. You can't check out. And Grass McGrath with a knock on. This game is going to make me punch myself in the fucking forehead. This game is going to make me lose my... Watch out, Thailand tonight. Oh my gosh. I nearly want to put the fraud alert on the Storm even if they're going to win. I nearly want to do it. I just nearly want to do it. Breathe, mate. Breathe. That's, mate. I can't breathe. Yeah, the breathing is difficult in this game. The error count right now is 8-6 to the Storm. 8-6. 8-6 with 4 minutes to go in the first half. There has been 2 less errors than points have been scored in this game, and we've got 16 points in the game. It's 16-14 points to errors. Oh my gosh. 3rd tackle at the 33. If the Storm knock this ball on, I'm taking a break. If the Storm knock this ball on this set, I'm taking a break. Josh King into the 40 on 4th tackle. Mitchell says, my team just won by 10 today to the 3rd place without our Origin stars. Oh, man. Well, that's crazy. I'm going to remind you that you said that when the Panthers played the Tigers. So the Rabbitohs picked this ball up. Latrell Mitchell in the in goal. And he takes it to the 10. I think it's a bit unfair here, referee. The Rabbitohs have knocked the ball on 2 less times than the Melbourne Storm. I think that's disgraceful. You've got to call a knock on. Briz out. I can do a yoga session here for this game. Briz out. Briz out. Julian out. Briz out. Full tackle for the Rabbitohs, and now 5th at the 44. Couple of post contact there from Jai Arrow. And Jack Whiten dinks this one down, where little puppy picks that one up safely this time. He wanted to make sure that he picked it up safely, securely, successfully. Oh, Kevin Welch, stop it. Far longer to the 30 with 2 minutes 23 to go of the first half. I just love how rugby league, you can watch the last game and be like, pump, 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 pump. Panthers Warriors, you can watch and you're like, shit, yeah, what an upset. And you watch this game and you just get brought back to reality. And it just reminds you, this Storm team with this amount of knock-ons is in the top 4, and currently with a win here would go into the top 3. And then you realise with how many knock-ons they've had and how poor they've looked, you're still in last, about like 14 spots away from them. And it just makes you go insane. Oh, it's a knock-on from Latrell. Oh my gosh. So it's 8-7 error count. Munster here, 10 metres out. First tackle. Oh, yeah, I did say that, Olivia. I wish I wasn't right, but a non-contact knee injury, usually you're going to be looking towards an ACL. And Hedwig, unfortunately, we're going to be seeing you in 5 minutes' time, buddy. So first tackle, 5 metres out. Storm only has one individual S. Pop it out on the left-hand side. And, oh... It's another knock-on. It's another knock. It's 9 knock-ons to the Storm. It's 9 errors to the Melbourne Storm in the first half. I can't deal with it. Bellyache has left the box. It's a great tackle there from Jai Arrow. It's a great tackle. It's 9-7 error count. 9-7 error count in this first half. Oh, you're actually serious, Olivia? He actually did leave the box, did he? Grassy McGrath intercept. Grassy McGrath has been... I don't know if I've ever seen a better game for Grassy McGrath, and I've watched a lot of Knights games. I watch a lot of Knights games, and I can tell you, I think this is... give us a Bulls type crash out. Titans Eels of 2022, I think it was. That was the best crash out of all time. I started going off at everyone. Grant Anderson. Just checked in on my mates who are Chiefs fans and come back to 2 more errors. Well, you keep talking about the Super Rugby game. I really wish you didn't, because I would have watched the game afterwards. But now I have to go and look at the score, because obviously the Chiefs lost. Crusaders 16-12, damn. Yeah, it would have been nice for you not to ruin it, considering you know I'm live streaming, but either way, it's fine. Half-time here, 12-4 to the Melbourne Storm, and one of the most brain aneurysm, infuriatingly, ridiculously knock-on, grass McGrass, bullshit, society world of all time. Please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I'm so sorry for what you are having to witness, because this game is just on another planet in regards to how much I just want to slap myself silly. But yeah, thumbs up and subscribe. Stats-wise, before we have a quick little break, is possession 50-50, literally 50-50. But the time of possession is 14 minutes for the Rabbitohs, 13.5 minutes for the Storm. So Rabbitohs have a little bit more ball. Completion rate is not as bad as I would have thought it would be for the Rabbitohs at 77%. Still not great, because it's not above 80%. 17 from 22. Also, Storm are at 71%, which is 15 from 21. That's not the amount of knock-ons they've had. That's just about the completion rate. So 77 to 71. Both teams are under the bare minimum, and the Storm getting close to the wouldn't even split out. All runs, 79 runs to the Storm, 71 runs to the Rabbitohs. Storm have had 733 run meters. The Rabbitohs have had 617. So 7 runs is the difference. 70 metres to give more to the Rabbitohs to equal it out. So it would be 687, and that's 733 to 687. So the Storm are winning the run meter battle there on an equalisation. Post-contact metres is 229 to the Storm, 193 here to the Rabbitohs. So basically it's pretty even, but I'd still give that to the Storm. Line breaks is 2-1 Melbourne. Tackle breaks is 7-6 to the Rabbitohs. So defensively, both these teams have actually been solid. Oh, the average set distance. Okay, we're going to run through it again. Anything 50 plus, spectacular, perfection. Anything 45 to 50, fantastic. Not spectacular, not perfection, but fantastic. And then we go down to 40 to 45. It's really good. It's great. It's really what you want to be seeing. 35 to 40. That's pretty good. It's average. It's nothing too great, but that's what you expect. 30 to 35 is what you would say is not that good. It's not great. And then 25 to 30, you wouldn't even spit it. You would say it's the worst piece of dribble that I've ever seen in my life. You don't usually see teams average under 30 metres per set. It takes a really incredibly poor team to be getting under 30 metres per set. So the Melbourne Storm are at 36.82. So at least they're in the bare basic. They actually were underneath that, but now they're at 36.82. So they're in the bare basic. They're in the okay. Now the Rabbitohs, on the other end, they're at 28.9. 28.9. If I ever see a team under 25 average set distance on a dry track, I turn the stream off immediately. So luckily they're at 29 now. They're now at 29.85, so they're still in the wouldn't even spit out category, but at least they're getting close. Rabbitohs, infuriating. Wow. Average play the ball speed, 3.59 seconds for the Storm, pretty slow. 3.45 seconds for the Rabbitohs, pretty average. Nothing too crazy, red hot, fast about either of those teams, and the Storm are on the slower side. Offloads is 6-1 Melbourne way. Kick defusal, 75% for the Storm, 50% for the Rabbitohs, with the effective tackle percentage for both teams obviously being very good so far in this game. 90.71% with 166 tackles made for the Rabbitohs, 7 missed tackles and 10 ineffective. You don't usually see more ineffective than missed tackles, but you have it for the Rabbitohs, and that's actually not too bad. 17 bad tackles with a 90.71% is very good. But the Storm are very, very nearly much perfect. Well, that's as good as my English is going to get today after what I just witnessed in the first half. 95.58% is incredible from the Melbourne Storm defensively. 173 tackles made for only the 7 missed tackles, which is equal missed tackles with the Rabbitohs. But they've only had 1 ineffective. So 8 bad tackles to 17. 10 to 1 ineffective tackles to the Rabbitohs, 7 to 7 missed tackles to both teams, and the Storm are at 95.58%. But you're not complaining with the 90.71% from the Rabbitohs either. Negative play errors is break worthy. I'm about to take a quick little break. 9 errors to the Storm and 7 errors to the Rabbitohs. It's dramatically bad. It's dramatically bad. 9-7 errors. That's 16 errors in one half of footy across both teams. That's nearly at the half point. That's nearly an error. That's nearly an error every 2 minutes. Nearly. It's close enough. It's close enough to an error every 2 minutes. It's probably like error every 2.5 minutes. Wow. Penalties conceded 3-1 Storm way. Ruck infringements is 1-1. And overall, the stats tell me that the Storm are winning the middle of the field. The completion rate is pathetic from both teams. Maybe not pathetic for the Rabbitohs, but pathetic for the Storm. Then you've got the line break Storm winning. Tackle breaks is the same. Average set distance is much better for the Storm than the Rabbitohs. Slow play the ball speeds, slow enough for the Rabbitohs. And then defensively, both teams are very good, but the Storm are much better. But the errors are just crushing my brain. So halftime here, I've got the Storm to win this game, but you're lucky you don't go on fraud alert just for existing at this point. Yeah, just for existing. But hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, read a couple of comments, and then I will be back in a moment. Brent says, Guys, McGrath's run mate is impressive. Very impressive stuff. Very impressive. Dasman says, 3 straight grand final losses for the Chiefs. Wow. Is that right? 3 straight grand final losses is wild. Jared Farmoney says, nothing that a bellyache crash out won't fix. We're in for a good second half. I'm hoping and praying. Someone says, might have some competition for most errors here if we keep on like first half, be 14-18. I think the most amount of errors we've seen so far this season was the Knights with 17 errors against the Roosters or whatever it was. Or was it the Tigers? No, I think it was the Tigers game where they had 17 knock-ons, 17 errors. So that we might be on for a chance there. We may be on for a chance. But all right, guys, I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to take a quick break and then we'll be back for the second half. Craig Bellamy's told them all to stand up. He's not happy. You can see it. He is not happy. But I'll be back in just a few seconds. What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough, now I want my share. Olivia says, don't forget. Okay. Zeb Watson says, I think you just used the banknotes. Well, we need that bloke to win his accumulator tonight for the Storm for that to happen. Or we need that person to win the lotto numbers with the lotto numbers I gave him before. Francis, hope Gary didn't put no holes, no walls, please. Please no wall holes. Please no Andy Warhols. We do love a good Andy Warhol, but just please no Andy Warhols. Please no. Please no. I'm begging. I'm begging after what we've seen. What are the games tomorrow again? Let's go get excited about the games tomorrow because this game has just been just awful. It's been close. It's close. Like Storm Rabbitohs is close, but it's like it's also been awful. We've watched 16 errors in the first half. Broncos Shaggies. That'll be a good game tomorrow. Actually, that'll be a good one. Damn, it's an early start for me. 2 at 11 a.m. I'm going out tonight. 2 at 11 a.m. start. That's a big one to do. Roosters Cowboys and Eels Titans. Damn, that's an early start, but since when does it? Oh no, it always starts at 2 p.m., doesn't it? KT's got to love Craig Bellamy. I remember when they won the 2020 Grand Final, instead of celebrating with his other coaches, he just grabs his notes and walks out all pissed. Yeah, fair enough, because the Panthers came back in that game. They didn't win, but they did come back in the game still. Oh, I'm looking forward to that good old steak though tonight. Oh, the steak is going to be great. Jason Haderley starts. Mate, that's midday for you. That's midday for you. Dude, India was painful because India, like, there would be games that would start on a Sunday or a Saturday and it'd be like at 9:30 in the morning or 8:30 in the morning. And for normal people, and I'm aware of we're normal people, that is a pretty regular start. But for when you're living your life and enjoying traveling and it's on a weekend at 9:30 a.m., it's a rough old start. Oh, rough old start. Someone says off to the ping pong show. Really shows me your mentality. Gary's talking about glory holes and stuff, and you're talking about ping pong shows. Don't worry, someone's going to refer to Ladyboys very soon. It's how this chat operates. You know, I'm a little bit. It's not my first rodeo here on BKR Sport. I know how the chat operates, and Don't worry, it's coming at some point. It's coming for sure. Brenton says, where are you going to tonight? Well, I'm in Hua Hin, so you're not going to know anywhere I'm going. You're not going to know anything about anywhere I'm going, because I guarantee that you haven't been to Hua Hin. I know you've been to Thailand, but I don't think you would have come here. Take a hit of that inhaler, Blaze. You're going to need it more than ever for this next half. All right. Ah! Fired up now. Fired up now. Fired up now. Libby says, get excited. I'm going to be in the Guard of Honor tomorrow. You better be watching for me. Well, I'll be watching. That's kind of what we do here on BKR Sport. It's a little bit of what we do. We do watch rugby league. I don't know if you know this, Olivia. So, Olivia, I'm going to let you in on a bit of a secret. So, usually we watch rugby league games. Yeah. And I'm not sure if you're aware of this. The Brisbane Broncos, debatably, are a rugby league team. Very debatably. But they are a rugby league team. Arguably, debatably. It depends on which side you sit. On the side of Muppets, Fraud Alerts, and rugby league team. I would lean with the Fraud Alert side, but you can argue that they are a rugby league team. Sharks, also debatable, but I would lean more towards the rugby league team, because otherwise my mum would be pissed off, and I don't want to piss off my mum. So I will lean with them being a rugby league team. Broncos, though, sit over there. Sit over there. That's what I'm saying. Another fight or dinner. I was gonna go to a fight last night, but we decided against it. We just went down to the markets and we sort of had a quick little drink. Had a nice little French beer. It was actually quite nice. But we went down to the markets and had a drink, and then came home. And then tonight we're probably gonna head out for a nice little steak and might hit the town for a bit. Jared says, Olivia, you loving the new Broncos logo that's coming? Yeah, it's a brilliant logo. It's a brilliant. Sorry, give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. They haven't come out for the second half yet, so give me 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I saw something. Someone says, is she walking out holding hand with Reese's Pieces? Dude, she said before that she wanted to give out things to Broncos players to subscribe to BK Sport. So they know who I am. Reese Piecey has me blocked on Instagram. So does Adam Reynolds. Adam Reynolds doesn't hate me. It's just that the social media matter for the Broncos is very strict. So when we were having that banter 2 years ago, Reno and I were having that banter about the Broncos-Titans game, trying to get a bit of promotion. The social media manager, marketing manager, whatever, and they're all Muppets, is very... So Reno was forced to block me. A couple of Broncos boys follow me, to be fair, on BK Sport, on Instagram. But... I don't know how big of a fan they would be of me, considering how much we joke around about the Broncos and whatnot. Anyone who watches the channel understands it's banter, but when you don't watch the channel and you see clips or you hear of things and whatnot, you're going to tend to obviously hate this channel, because someone's going to hear me say "fuck the Broncos," right? And they're not going to they're going to know what the context is, but the person they go and tell that to are going to be like, "Oh man, he actually hates the Broncos." I couldn't really give a shit, to be completely honest with you. It's all entertainment, it's all a bit fun, but people take it out of context, will pass it on to somebody else of what I've said or another content creator said and whatnot, and then that person will make their mind up about it. So yeah, that's you guys understand the context behind the things that we say. Majority of the time, pretty much all the time, it's always joke and good laughs, but it does get taken out of context when people don't watch. Brenton says French beer okay. I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, no, it was nice. No, it was nice. It's really nice. I wish Seb, I just get to stand outside the tunnel and cheer them on as they run out and watch them warm up from the field. Actually, yeah, I wonder. I'm going to have a look at something here quickly. In regards to that Bronx Sharks game tomorrow. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, some of them probably don't. Mr. Sport lives rent-free, the Broncos social media manager ahead. A lot of people online living that guy's head. But it will be a Storm getting the ball, and they'll bring it out here to the 15. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I don't know the guy. I'm not even going to say that he's a bad dude. I've heard from other people that he's not exactly the easiest person to deal with in the social media world. I couldn't give a shit because I'm not looking to do any social media with the Bronx. Our social media team at the Titans can eat dick for the most part. So it's not even the social media team. There's a lot of, well, they forced me on follows. Actually, no, they can eat dick. So Storm now will get this ball here to the 28 on 4 tackle. Still don't understand why they didn't just block me when I was criticising the organisation. Still don't understand it. Like, removing the follow was just the most pointless thing I ever saw in my life. Like, removing the follower as a professional organisation was just incredible. Rabbitohs will knock this ball back in before it's a 40-20. And the Rabbitohs bring this ball out now to the 15. First tackle. It's Ricky's 100th game this weekend. Still waiting for Jordan Ricky to come on as the player that everyone thought he would be. I'll be going with the Broncos to win tomorrow. F the Sharks. Sorry, not sorry. No, you be sorry and then say deeply sorry. Not sorry, not sorry. You say sorry, deeply sorry. Because you better be sorry. Because the Sharks is who I tip for the premiership and they're just scammers right now. I need this team to sort their shit out. Not just for me, but for my mum. Alright? And my mum's a lovely woman. So she deserves to see a team actually be successful. She has seen her team at least win once in her lifetime, though, so she'll take that. Jared Farmoney says, this is what I find annoying. You get more people forming opinions based on other people's feelings, and you just make them your own. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't have any problem with the Broncos social media manager and whatnot, and marketing manager and all that kind of jazz. They can do their thing. I'm not looking to do stuff with the Broncos. But ultimately, like, for example, he would have looked at that. So Storm Ball, 3rd tackle at 25. He would have looked at that with the banter that Adam Reno and I were having on Instagram about like him missing his kicks. Oh my gosh, it's a Storm mistake. It's a Storm mistake. 2 minutes into the first set. It's 10 errors. They've had 10 errors, and we've been in for 41 minutes. They've made a mistake for a quarter of the game, the Melbourne Storm. We have been here for just about 40 minutes. They've made 10 errors. That is an error every 4 minutes. That is a mistake for a quarter of... Harambe, harambe. The error count is 12. It's 12 points. The Storm, 10 errors. So it's close to it's a great game between the errors and the Storm. Take me home, country road, to a place that I belong. West Virginia, or maybe Melbourne. Actually, don't take me there. Mexico. Rabbitohs will score. Try time. Alex Johnston. Please win, Rabbitohs. This Storm team has pissed me off no end today. Please win, Rabbitohs. Please. Alex Johnston scores another try. So he's 8 tries from breaking the record. 8 tries from breaking the record is Alex Johnson. He's moving into Ken Irvine. Storm's still competing with the clock, but just with their errors. Yeah, but it's pretty close. But yeah, anyway, so what I was trying to say about like the Broncos manager, media manager, and all that sort of stuff is that there's no problems there. It's just that he would have seen that banter between myself and Reno, and then thought that it was like either legit or it was bad publicity, and then kind of made his mind up about me that I'm just trying to get a bad negative reaction out of the Broncos players, and we weren't. We were just talking about how Reno's going to miss his kicks, or Reese replied to me because I said like who's kicking the kicks or whatever because you've been missing kicks and all that kind of jazz. It was all good fun and a bit of banter. And then we were talking and stuff, like privately, normally. And the next minute I wake up and I see that I've been blocked. And I'm like, okay, I know what's happening. And the Rabbitohs will miss their kick. Hey, New South Wales fans, you're still feeling like Charles should be your kicker for Game 3? So yeah, unfortunately, it's very difficult. Unless you watch these streams and kind of know who I am and how I talk and how we laugh and whatnot, you're going to get a bad... I understand how people are going to have a bad negative thought process because they will take things out of context, pass it along, and then it will be passed along out of context. All right, well, 12:80 to the Storm with 35 minutes to go here of the game. 953rd Premiership game as coach for Wayne Bennett. 590th Premiership game as coach of Craig Bellamy. So he's got 47 games. So Wayne Bennett needs another 2 seasons. Does he need 2 seasons? Yeah, he'd probably... No, he'll reach his 1,000th game next year. No, he won't. Unless they get into the finals this year. So there's what? How many more games do the Rabbitohs have this year? The Rabbitohs have... They've had played 14 games. You get 24 games. We'll get 10 more games. So there'll be 24. So 953rd. So another 10 games will be 963rd. And then let's assume they don't make the finals and they get 24 games next year. So 73rd, 83rd, 87th. No, so even if they make the finals this year and next year, he does need 2027 to keep coaching. He would need 2027 to keep coaching. So Latrell Mitchell, hard kick to take here, but Pappenhausen will grab it. I swear on society, I swear on the world, I swear on everything that I can manifest right now. If the Storm knock this ball on in this set, I'm going to take a breather on the balcony. I'm going to take a breather. I'm going to sit down on the balcony. I'm going to do a quick and then I'll be back. But if they knock on this set, I will need to take a quick breather. All right, so fourth tackle in for Melbourne at the 35, and now Sean Bloor will get taken out of the 40 on fifth tackle. Reno gets it. Just ask Hectic Fred when the Bronx pumped the doggies and Reno followed him on Instagram. It was great. Yeah, absolutely. I know Reno gets it. We were talking. We both knew it was good promo for the game, and we were just having a bit of a laugh about the game. I'm aware. Skidder go farm. So does Shadow. Wayne Bennett must be even older than Jay. They're close in age. I'm pretty certain that Wayne and Jay were both born in the same hospital in Shanghai. Third tackle back in the 1920s. The Burrow's going off. That's going off in the Burrow. Rabbitohs right inside. Tyrone Munro's away. Tyrone Munro's away. The 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, the 10. Taken down, fourth tackle. Oh my gosh, the Rabbitohs might actually take the lead here. This might be upset day central. This might be upset day central. Out to the left. Trell Mitt. Over the top. Alex Johnston! Try time. It's 12-12 with a kick to come. It is 12-12 with a kick to come, and Alex Johnston's now 7 tries away. That's a hat trick. That's a mwah. That's a mwah. That's a mwah. Melbourne has done this to themselves. Bottom. Melbourne looking like a fraud alert is a coming. Doo-doo. 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 Knock, knock. Ask me who's there. I'm saying knock, knock. I'm saying knock, knock. Ask me who's there. 32 minutes to go, 12-12. Ben Casper says, missed the first half. Score, please. Hi, Ben. Scores right below us. Hi, Ben. Scores right below us. Brenton says, open 3 sniff containers and deep breaths. No, okay, Brenton. I said knock, knock. You don't say knock, knock. You don't knock on the door when I'm knocking on the door. If I come to your house and I knock on your door, and then you come to the door and then knock on the door, that's assuming it's my house now. I come in, I kick you out because you've just knocked on my door, so why are you standing inside my house? See, this is how you got to think. You don't say knock, knock to me because now I own your house. Now I own your house. That's my house now. You've just given me your house. So when I see you next, when I see you and I meet you, one day in this world, I better be receiving the keys to your house. Trell Mitt will miss a... No, he gets it! Just curls back in. Oh, Trell's talking shit now. You miss your first 2 kicks though, Trell. Yeah, you're lippy now, aren't you? Trell's lippy now after he misses his first 2 kicks, but he gets that one and curled back in. To be fair, I thought it was missing 2, to be fair. But 14-12 to the Rabbitohs. All right, I'm going to say it again. Mitchell says, I give up on the sport with a $10 donation. Appreciate you, Mitchell. Listen, I think it is nearly time we give up on this sport. Anyone tipping, just, it's over for us, man. But I'm going to say it again. Knock, knock. It's not hard. The reply's not hard unless you want to give me your house. Knock, knock. Jared says, now Latrell wants to make a conversion. Yeah, and then he got really lippy to the crowd. Seb says, that knock, knock joke crashed my... You get... Yeah, okay, we've got someone saying knock, knock. We've got someone saying come in. You guys are idiots. I wanted to say knock, knock, who's there? Melbourne who? Fraud alerts. But no. No, you guys ruined the joke. You ruined it. You got people saying knock, knock again to me knocking and then someone saying come in. All right, so third tackle now at the 30 for the Rabbitohs. And they'll get this ball out here to the 40 through Jai Arrow. Now back to the 35. Mitchell says, Trolls talking to someone's granny and Roy G. See, that's what I love about Troll. Troll and I have had some great banter over the years, man. Like when I was doing the drums and whatnot, like he would buy into it. Like he would share on his story. Like we had a bet. Myself and Trell had a bet about a game about 2 years ago, but unfortunately he was injured and couldn't play in the game. He was going to give me like 10 of his Latrell shirts, and I was going to give them away to you guys if he missed his kick from the sideline. And then if he had have gotten his kick from the sideline, then I would have bought 10 of the shirts. But unfortunately, he was injured. But he's good fun, man. He's a good laugh chatting to. So second tackle at the halfway point. And out to Jerome Hughes. Jerome Hughes, Nick Meaney. And Meaney will be 35 metres out to third tackle. 30 minutes to go of the game here, guys. 30 minutes to go. Hit that like button and subscribe. Dadsmate says, had some Muppet try to tell me Alex Johnson is better than Brian To'o because he has more tries. Yeah, no, it's a ridiculous statement. People don't know what they're talking about. Tries don't mean that a winger is better than another winger. I know that that's the casual take for sure. Like, of course, you're going to look at tries as a winger, but the casual take is that tries is what makes wingers. It's like, no, there's a lot more winger than just the tries. Harry Grant, what, is the Storm woken up now or something? Storm woken up? It's going to be a dropout. It's going to be a dropout. Storm looks like they're woken up. Seb Watson says, who knocks anymore? Just press the ring doorbell. Oh, okay, Mr. Fancy Doorbell Man. Okay, Mr. Fancy Doorbell Man. Not every one of us is a millionaire, okay? Not every one of us is a millionaire, Seb. Including you. Gee whiz. And if you are a millionaire, prove it. Donate $1 million right now. Prove it. Prove it, Seb. You're a millionaire? Prove it. They're going to go long here, but the Storm are ready for it, and they'll grab it at the 50 through Josh King. He catches on the full, and he's going to bring this ball back now to the 40. Brent says, cops don't use doorbells. How rude. Hey, mate, now that I own your house, I'm not using a doorbell either. Or you put up a sign that, like I do that says no door knockers. I would knock on your door for the sole purpose of you telling me not to. So the Storm will be 23 minutes out from the line, third tackle. Third tackle, Mitchell's lost his money. Welcome to the NRL. And Josh King on fourth tackle, he'll be 15 metres out. Seb Watson says, you are in Thailand. Your name is Seb Watson. Ryan Pappenhausen out to... Oh, they've woken up, the Storm. They've woken up. And okay, so you lead 12-0 in 10 minutes. You let the Rabbitohs come back into a 14-12 lead. And then you just score at will straight away. What are we doing? Are the Storm messing around with us? Are they playing around? Are they having a bit of a ha-ha April Fool's joke? Because it's not April, and the only fools here is anyone watching this game. But now it's actually a good game, so I'm not feeling like a fool. But I feel like a fool for being tricked by the Storm that they were really, really bad because they showed that in the first half. But then immediately they just decided to score on the wing at 16-14 to the Melbourne Storm with 27 minutes to go here of the game. Dollar Donut proves you're a millionaire. No. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. $1 million owner, and then we'll only be like 0.001% away from being able to buy the NRL coverage. Brenton Neslick with the $1.50 donation. Thank you, Brenton, for the $1.50. But unfortunately, that does show that you are not a millionaire. Who wants to be a millionaire? The answer is unfortunately not Brenton Neslick. Unfortunately, Brenton. Unfortunately. You've just proven that you are not a millionaire, Brenton Neslick. Gary says, who doesn't like knockers? Big knockers fan. Big knockers fan. Pappenhausen from the wing. Brenton says that emoji was for the dribbler chat. That is you. Brenton, that is you. Big dribbler. So, Pappenhausen, Pappy from the wing. Tough kick to get here from the wing. And he will... Oh, hits the post and in. All right, time to bring Pappenhausen in. He's a New South Wales kicker. Jason's millionaire is nothing these days. Oh, okay, Mr. Big Spender. What if you watched Crazy Rich Asians like 50 times? Oh, you've made me drop my herbal inhaler. What if you watched the movie Crazy Rich Asians too many times now, so you think that buddy this and buddy that? All right, well then, okay, Mr. Big Spender, you can donate $2 million then. You can drop a $2 million donation then. So 18-14 here to the Melbourne Storm with 27 minutes to go of the game. How much is $1 million baht? 10%, 100k, half that, 50k, 47,000. 47,000. Yeah, do it. Yeah, Seb. You know what? I'll believe you're a millionaire if you donate $1 million Thai baht. How about that? If you donate $1 million Thai baht, I'll believe you're a millionaire, mate. There you go. Third tackle here at the 35. Chase says, never said I was a millionaire on paper. Yeah! Alex Johnson with the intercept! And the Rabbitohs are going to take back the lead! He might get there tonight, Alex Johnson. That's 4 tries. 4 tries for Alex Johnson. He's now 6 tries away from taking over Ken Irvine. Quite literally, out of nowhere, Alex Johnson just got an intercept, and the Rabbitohs are about to... This game's gone wild. This game's gone wild. Get the Brazzers out. Get the Brazzers out. Girls gone wild. South Sydney, they were down 12-0. Then they came... Melbourne Storm led 12-0. Rabbitohs came to 14-12. Melbourne Storm scored immediately to bring it to 18-12, 18-14. And now it's 18-18 with a kick to come to the Rabbitohs. The fraud alert was looking like it was on the Storm. And the fraud alert looked like it wasn't going to Storm. And then it looked like it was definitely going to Storm. And then it was off the Storm again. And now it's back on a Storm. Funny game, Rugby League. Yeah, very funny. He's 6 tries away from Ken Irvine. He might get that today. He might get that today. So Latrell Mitchell, 18-18, and he will get the kick. So it is 20-18 with 25 minutes to go here of this match. This was just a dreadful game in the first half, and it's just turned into an absolute belter in the second. This has just turned into a belter in the second half. I want to hear the press conference after this game. I think that Craig Bellamy's already gone home. I think Craig's gone home. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Craig Bellamy going home makes sense. I would have expected him to have left a little bit. See, those 2 people in the crowd right now, they were walking. They're Rabbitohs fans, so it makes no sense. But Craig Bellamy should have definitely eased off. Blaze should stay on for that, Olivia. Unfortunately, I can't. I do have plans tonight, and I don't really want to see, I don't want to see violence in the Storm dressing room. I'm not a big violence fan. I don't want to see Craig throwing uppercuts left, right, and centre because it's coming. I want Craig to just do it on the field. You know what, Craig? Come back, get back in off the Uber, get on the field, and just lay him out in front of us all. Just lay him out now. Logan Balling says, wasn't there a time where Craig Bellamy or Wayne Bennett left the stadium with like 10 minutes left because of how shit the team was? It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know what you're talking about, but it wouldn't surprise me. Does anyone remember that? Live stream your night out. Jay, that'd be the worst possible idea that's ever happened in history. So the Rabbitohs will kick this ball down to the 10. And Grant Anderson. Okay, you know what? We'll live stream our night out if someone donates $1 million. 1 million Thai baht. 1 million Thai baht, you'll get a live stream of our night out. How about that? Second tackle here at the 25. Me and him combined are 6 tries away from breaking that plumber from the 50s record. The plumber from the 50s. Ken Irvine, where did he play? He wasn't 50s, was he? He was like 70s, no? Or 80s? Oh, Olivia, she's tried to go the sneaky, but I can see it. That's not 1 million Thai baht. No. 1 mil baht, 10k Aussie. 1 mil baht is 47,000 Australian, buddy. Oh, fit tackle, and Jerome Hughes been taken out the halfway point. Thanks, yeah, 47 grand, expensive night. No, it'd be a great night, Jay. It'd be a great night. You know what? We'll even go to Bangkok. we'll even go to Pattaya. People here don't understand that joke, but Pattaya is a place where that would go very quickly. Ultimate BKR, that's right. Ultimate BKR, 47,000. No, sorry, it's 1 million Thai baht. But we all know the Thai baht. We all know that's a cheap price. So Kilomatangi gives it off to Sean Kepi, and it'll be second tackle with the Rabbitohs at the 42. Let's make it 10k. You're not donating 10k. We're just simply not seeing a 10k donation, Brenton. Well, so we can make it that, and it's just not going to happen. So it's a penalty for the Rabbitohs. Saying 10k donation is about as good as saying a million donation. So penalty here to the Rabbitohs for a high tackle here. I disagree that being a high tackle. I disagree. Can't show what happens in the cubicles. You need help. You guys all need help. What about we paid the bar fine? The bar fine of what? What is it? To be fair, you would know more about that than me. What is the bar fine's probably like what, 500 baht or something? So what that's 50, that's 25, that's like 23 bucks. Second tackle of the Rabbitohs at the 10. They go to the left-hand side. They've already scored 4 tries through Alex Johnson tonight. Can they make it 5? Why does it say on Alex Johnston's wiki he plays with the Gosman Godberries? I don't even know what that is. Oh, chance of the Rabbitohs! 3 meters out from the line. 4 tackle. I'll read that out in 1 second. 4 tackle now. They give it to Kepi. Kepi off to... Is that Jack Whiten? I can't even see who that was. No, it was Jack Whiten. Out of the right, Latrell Mitchell, short ball, and Jai Arrow, 5th tackle taken down. So we storm ball at the 4. Olivia Reid with a big one. Big old whopper, $160 dude donation. Get it down, Olivia. Absolute champion. Absolute champion. Tie night out. Look, it's a little bit short of the million Thai baht. Just a little bit short, but we're on our way. We're on our way. So now all we need is probably another 988,000 baht or some shit. But thank you very much, Olivia. Your support is always appreciated. You know it. Nelson Asafa-Solomona will be 4 tackled to the 33. 20 minutes to go here of the game. Hit that like button and subscribe. He gets frequent flyers. So Jerome Hughes will kick that ball to about the 25, and Latrell Mitchell ready for that at the 35, the 40, the 45. People are new to this stream. This is what happens on this is what happens after 3 straight streams of rugby league games. Shit gets crazy. We get people donating for me to go on a night out in Pattaya. $160 gets you one that doesn't. You need help, mate. That's you. Jeez. 3rd tackle here at the 40. And I'll go out to the right-hand side. Then Keon Kalamatangi will be 4th tackle. One that doesn't tuck is a wild comment. That's a wild comment. Rabbitohs off to Ewan Aiken. And Aiken's 15 metres out. One of the dono there, Olivia, is the real millionaire. Didn't prove that she's a millionaire, but did prove that she's awesome. So the Storm will let that one... Well, Rabbitohs touch it. That's just Rabbitohs ball here at the 12. Hey, at least, Olivia, you know that's going to go to my steak tonight. My beautiful steak dinner. I'm going to get a medium rare. By the way, how good did that tomahawk look last week? We had a tomahawk at that steakhouse last week, and I put it on my Instagram, which if you're not following the Instagram, go follow it right now in the pinned comment. So, Mish, 4th tackle here for the Storm. They'll be the 35 on their own side of the field, down by 2. But how good did that tomahawk look? It looked amazing. It was amazing. I don't even know why I said it looked it, because it was. 5th tackle here for the Storm. I cannot believe the Storm are losing this game. Like, they're out of control, dude. Like, this season I need psychiatric help from being a Titans fan, but I also need therapy from watching this season because how crazy it's been. 160 can get you a wife in Thailand if you look carefully. Okay. Lagan, I'm going to give you a piece of advice here from someone in Thailand. 160 is getting you nowhere. It might get you it'll get you quite a few sushis from 7-Eleven. Rabbitohs on the 2nd tackle, now 3rd of the 25. It'll get you a lot of drinks, like a lot of alcoholic beverages. It might probably as well. 4th tackle now for the 33. Jared, that was a good looking tomahawk. Is it the same for tonight? No, I'll probably just get a normal steak tonight. But a beautiful steak at that. This place is good steak. It is. Front row seats, the ping pong. You'll be able to catch. Yeah, see, Seb, I always knew that you were the one who was obsessed with the ping pong show in Thailand. So, little puppy run Pappenhausen to the 15. Gets it off to Grant Anderson. And Anderson will be taken down to the 20 on 1st tackle. Hey, right now, by the way, Tigers fans, don't want to hurt you too much, but you are the only team letting us down in regards to an upset, and that's a penalty to the Storm. That is a penalty to the Storm. That's a huge penalty at 30. Mike is cutting out. Is it actually? Is the Mike actually cutting out, or is this Vonnie Huncho just being a Vonnie Muppet? Refresh? Are you talking about me refreshing, or are you talking about somebody else refreshing? Can somebody else let me know if Vonnie Huncho is telling the truth? Oh, it's better now. Woohoo! Well, Vonnie, you might not be a Muppet then. It's just sometimes we get told that our mic's cutting out when it's not cutting out. So I couldn't trust you for the time being, but I trust you now. I don't trust the Melbourne Storm, though. First tackle at the 45. Cut out for a bit, but it seems fine now. Probably cut out for a bit when I was telling Seb Watson that he's a sicko for his Thai ping pong shows. So out to the left-hand side, they give it off to Jerome Hughes. Jerome Hughes to Munster. Munster underneath to Jack Howarth. And Jack Howarth a strong run to the 30 on third tackle. Now Harry Grant. Short ball. 15 metres out. Close to a forward past that. Fourth tackle. Harry Grant goes out to the right. Tyron Wishart. Jerome Hughes gives it to Little Puppy. Run Puppy now. Little Puppy. Oh, taken down. 10 metres out. Fit tackle. 10 metres out. Harry Grant off to Jerome Hughes. Hughes kicks that one up. Good area. Who's got it? If it's a Rabbitohs catch, it's out to the 20. Yep, so it's out of the 20. 7 tackle set coming up for the Rabbitohs. Munster and Jamie Humphries goes up for that one. Whoever caught it, it was either try or a 7 tackle set. I actually think that Munster catches that and then Humphries takes it out of his hands, which technically shouldn't be a catch for Humphries then, but it was a very niche. That would have been a very niche call. Mine was busted with some very good English being spoken. Second tackle. And penalty to the Rabbitohs. Penalty to the Rabbitohs at the 45. Pass wasn't forward enough. Only gets called forward if it nearly costs the team a game. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a very good point. And yeah, shoulder against Nelson Solomona there, so it'll be a penalty to the Rabbitohs. Oh, no, I disagree. No, they're going to call shoulder charge, not a high tackle. He has got a cut between his eyes there. Yeah, no, I do think that Munster caught that, Daz, but then Humphries rips it out, which means that it would be Rabbitohs with a drop. It would have been a dropout from the Rabbitohs instead. Said once again, we get the fraud alert. Well, like it really is looking heavily likely right now. It's looking heavily likely. If the Rabbitohs score now, I'm moving them on. I'm moving the fraud alert straight to the Melbourne Storm, and I'm not looking twice. I'm not even thinking twice, let alone looking twice, and I don't usually think much as it is. Third tackle here, 13 metres out. Saliva Havili drops it. And there's a knock on from the Rabbitohs, and now the Melbourne Storm bring it out to the 10 on 0 tackle. At least we've had a good couple of close games. Like that the Panthers-Warriors game was actually quite close before it ended up being a little bit of a blowout. I know it's 10 points, but if you watch the game, you knew it kind of blew out Panthers' way. And then that Knights-Dolphins game was fantastic, with the Knights scoring the last couple of seconds. Nearly got robbed as well, as Mitchell just alluded to. And then this game is super close. Almost half the table will be on scam or fraud. Yeah, absolutely. And luckily, the team in first position up here will never be on scam or fraud because there's a reason why we're in first. Oh, that's a high tackle. That's a penalty to the Melbourne Storm. Penalty to Melbourne Storm with a 40. Keon Kolomatani comes in and hits Munster across the head. The dream of any New South Wales fan. But that's why you lost to the man of the match. Cameron Munster on Wednesday. Don't forget it. It is high contact. Remember when Jack Whiten left Canberra to win a comp? I actually said this to him from the sideline, and he went like this to me. This was when he at the Rabbitohs. I think maybe it was 2 years ago. It might have even been last year. It might have even been last year. When did Whiten come across? Was it last year or the year before that? It was his first year for the Rabbitohs. And the Raiders were in a much better position than the Rabbitohs at the time. But I did make that joke to him, and he told me to go away. Coles didn't deliver my ice cream. Olivia, this is real problems in the world. You know, forget what's happening in the world right now. The real problem is you not getting your ice cream. So 20 metres out here from the live at the Storm. Third tackle. They get off to Tyron Wishart. Wishart to the back here. Jerome Hughes. Jerome Hughes short ball. Elias Katoa. 8 metres out from the line. Fourth tackle. Fourth tackle. Jerome Hughes gives it off here to Nelson. Oh, man. Literally centimetres short here. Fit tackle for Big Nels. Storm, Harry Grant, out the back to Jerome Hughes, 10 metres away off the Munster. Munster off the little Mullen puppy run, Pappenhausen gives it out, and that's going to be knocked backwards here by the Storm. They're fine. It's going to be kicked through from Grant Anderson. It'll be dropout. Dropout coming up here from the Rabbitohs of the Storm. Stan Mills says, I think the Rabbitohs will win the mush. I think they've got a good chance of winning the mush. With 12.5 minutes to go of the game, they're up by 2. But the Storm are putting on, they're coming home, well, coming hard right now. They're going to get a dropout. The Rabbitohs can get the shorty. Latrell's pretty good at short dropouts. So I'm not wiping them away from it. But dropout is coming up from the Rabbitohs, and the Storm will get a whole full set of 6 attacking the line. But Trell is good with the shorties usually, and that's a great shorty. And that's going to be Rabbitohs ball. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Rabbitohs get the ball here, 12 metres away from their own line. I think there might have been a Falcon there or off the back of Pappenhausen, but the Rabbitohs get the ball, second tackle out of the 20. I did say Trell's very good at the dropouts. No, it's off the shoulder of Alec McDonald. But it's funny now because Canberra are a premiership contender. Yeah, but I think Canberra were like top 4 or 5th place at the time that I was making the joke to him. And the Rabbits were struggling. So the Rabbitohs, it was earlier on in the season, 45 metres out. Rabbitohs ended up absolutely slaughtering us that day. Sean Kepi is saying that he's been hit on the throat here. So time off with 11.5 minutes to go. Oh yeah, that's a high tackle. Oh, I can't believe that the referee on the field has missed that. And Harry Grant knew it was high. He looked at the referee and he still didn't call it, but this will be called a high tackle. Rabbits would be a contender, but they got rid of Cheekam. Yeah, great call, Mitchell. Cheekam is definitely the one that the Rabbitohs are missing. Oh, they're not calling it a high tackle. They're not calling that a high tackle. How is that not a penalty? I don't know how that's not a penalty. We've seen way less shit get called a penalty nowadays. Oh, Farlonga, great take under a lot of pressure. He's away. Farlonga's away to 30, to 35, to 40. Farlonga, Stuart Alvey. Farlonga, Wishart will score out of the post. And the Melbourne Storm have just crunched the living shit out of the heart of the Rabbitohs. Oh my gosh. I don't know how the Rabbitohs didn't receive a penalty for that contact with the neck, but if you are finding it controversial that it wasn't a penalty, well, this will make you feel better with the Storm scoring immediately. But this is a great take from Farlong under a lot of pressure, and then just finds the hole, gets through at the 30, the 40, the 45, the 50, and then has Wishart on his inside, and Trell couldn't do anything about that. At least Trell decided on a person rather than going for the middle of the two players. He did decide on Farlongo, and Suolahvi decided to pass it onto the inside, and it's a great run there. It's a great run. So the Storm take back the lead at 22-20, and they will be at 24-20 in a few moments' time. 10 minutes to go of the game here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Storm, I nearly want to put you on fraud alert for how this game has gone, but I can't do it if you win. I just can't do it. I can't do it if you win. Jack Lewis says, so it was a definite penalty to a potential match-winning try. Correct. Jack Lewis, welcome to Rugby League. Welcome to the NRL, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the NR Rugby of the World. National Rugby League. Very consistent sport. Very, very, very consistent. If you don't think it's consistent, you're wrong, because they're consistently 50-50 with their calls. They are very inconsistent. They're very consistently inconsistent, which ultimately the first word's consistent, so it's fine. So, little puppy run, Pappenhausen will make it 24-20 with 9.5 minutes to go. Like I said, hit that thumbs up button and subscription. Don't forget, we've got 3 games tomorrow. Broncos Sharks on early. And then we've got the Roosters taking on the Cowboys. And then we've got the current top of the table, Gold Coast Titans, taking on the Parramatta Squeals. Parramatta Squeals in Parramatta. Casey says, classic Storm gets away with bullshit and scores immediately after. No, Casey, no. That's not the Storm. No way. There's no way you'd tell me that the Storm received a beneficial call and then scored immediately after. I don't believe it. But 9.5 minutes. There's still plenty of time here for the Rabbitohs to come back in this one. Do you have to have dementia to qualify to referee in the NRL? Oh! Nelson. He's knocked the ball on. Now the Rabbitohs are going to get an opportunity right now. So Latrell Mitchell, he's going to bring this ball to the 20. It's going to be 0 tackle. Off the... Oh, this game is just off its rocker. Johnston! Oh, he's got 4. He was on for a 5 for first tackle for the Rabbitohs. This game's actually wild. So Latrell Mitchell now gives it out to, I think it's Lachlan Hubner. 10 metres out. Give it to a 10 feet to Tola. He's 1 metre out, and there he's going to be 6 again here for the Rabbitohs. Oh my gosh, this game's off its rocker. Out of the right-hand side, and Jamie Humphries, he'll be taken down 8 metres away from the line, second tackle. If Alex scores his 5 to win the game, it'll be glorious. It'll be glorious against the Melbourne Storm of all teams too. Third tackle now, 4 metres away from the line, 8.5 minutes to go with the game. Saliva Havili, he gets it out the back. Jack Whiten, then Talos Duncan, 9 metres out, 14 errors. Oh, 14 errors for the Storm is disgusting. Like, they deserve to be on fraud alert. They deserve to be on fraud alert for sure, but I can't do it if they win. Come on, Rabbitohs, score and win just so we can put them on fraud alert where they deserve to go for this performance. Fifth tackle now, 8 metres away. They give it to Humphries. Humphries kicks that ball up in the air. It's an interesting kick. Tyrone Monroe goes up. I think it's knocked back here from the Rabbitohs. And they flick it off. Ewan Aiken. Aiken will offload it. Goes backwards. Still theirs. Whiten kicks it through. It's offside, no? He's offside, referee. He's offside, referee. That's a penalty to the Rabbitohs. Yes, thank you, Touchy, who actually did something with his job just then. So it's going to be Rabbitohs ball 10 metres out. It's an accidental offside. Actually, it's a deliberate offside, no? And Trell and Munster having a crack. Well, Trell, you lost him on Wednesday. But geez, this game's just crazy. 7.5 minutes to go. Rabbitohs will get the ball back here. Hey, by the way, Warriors fans, you should be just circle jerking the living shit out of the Rabbitohs right now because you will stay in third if the Storm lose this game. So you want this desperately to happen. You are desperate for the Rabbitohs to win this game over the Storm, otherwise you will go to fourth. Oh, wow, Touchy's actually done something for the first time. Yeah, no, it's crazy, Jared Farmoni. You know, before the game started, the betting odds and betting agencies had the Touchy to do his job at 750 to 1. So you would have won big money if you put $10 on that, 7,500. So Storm are challenging this, but this is the correct call. It comes off of... Oh, mate. Does it actually... Oh, the ball does touch the leg of Cam Munster, so then he will be offside. Correct. So it will be Rabbitohs ball at the 10. Because Whiten kicks it through in a lot of... There is a lot of people around. It comes off of Munster, comes back into the Rabbitoh, but he's still offside, and then it will be... It's going to be Grant Hansen who picks it up. It will... Technically, that's a deliberate offside. Technically, it's a deliberate offside because he picks it. Like, regardless, the penalty's not going to do much in regards to taking it too, but it's definitely offside here. Yes. Am I silly here? Does that bring him back on side? Maybe I'm just stupid. Because they've just said this is Storm ball, there's no offside here, so it's Storm ball. Am I silly? Maybe I'm just forgetting the rules here. Maybe this is on me. Maybe this is on me. Maybe I'm the Muppet here. I could easily be the Muppet here. Does that bring him back on side because it touched Whiten after hitting Munster there? I'm confused, and I watch every single game of rugby league, and I'm actually a little bit confused there because I thought that was. Okay, anyway, doesn't matter. I'm probably the stupid one there. I'm not going to insult the bunker for something that I'm a little bit confused about. So, forward tackle, and now the Storm will be 23 metres out here from their own line. Fifth tackle for the Storm, and Jerome Hughes will kick that ball down to about the 40. So, oh no, Johnson's made a bit of a mistake there, but it goes backwards. And Johnson will bring this ball to the 45. 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go here of the game. Can someone please clarify that rule for me? And Trell will give it to Isaiah Tass, who's just inside the attacking half. Second tackle. A 4-pointer will send us to extra time potentially. A 6-pointer will get the Rabbitohs the win. And no try will get the Storm the win. Let us know in the comment section right now. Comment who you think wins from here. Will it be the Rabbitohs? Will it be the Storm? Comment it away. Out to the left-hand side. They give it off to Latrell Mitchell. Latrell Mitchell at the 30, the 25, the 20. Isaiah Tass. Ball bounced off White before Anderson touched it. So fifth tackle now, 23 metres out. Latrell Mitchell out to Keon Kolomatangi. Kolomatangi on fourth tackle. And Tavita Totola will be 18 metres away from the line. Saliva Havili will get the ball. He'll go short side. Off to Jack Whiten. Whiten kicks this ball up here. Not a good kick there at all from... That's not a good kick at all from Jack Whiten. And Pappenhausen gets the 7-tackle set by catching the ball in goal. Today, this deserves to be goal point. You can make the argument that the Storm don't deserve this. You can make the solid, strong argument, but it's not like the Rabbitohs necessarily deserve it either. Alex Johnson deserves it. But I would say, with the Storm having about 14, 15 errors, like, yikes. Yikes. Now, second tackle, Munster to the 45. It'll be 5 minutes and 18 seconds to go here of the game. Harry Grant, he'll go out to the left-hand side. Time Wishart steps inside. He'll be 43 metres out, fourth tackle. Harry Grant to Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen to Sean Bloor. Oh, that was nearly an intercept. It's going to be a knock-on for the Rabbitohs. Oh, knock-on from the Storm first. They're going to say, late call. It was originally going to be called a knock-on from the Rabbitohs, and now it's going to be a knock-on Storm. But Craig Bellamy is furious. Oh, they're calling a forward pass. Jeez, Craig Bellamy is fuming. Craig is fuming. Yeah, okay, that is a forward pass there from Sean Bloor. Yeah, it's a forward pass from Sean Bloor. So Rabbitohs here will be 38 metres out from their own line. 4.5 minutes to go here of the game. They are one of the worst attacking teams in the comp, Rabbitohs, but they've got to pull something out of the bag right now. Ewan Aiken at the 45. The Rabbitohs have done well to keep this game competitive, considering they were down 12-0 in like 10 minutes. Keon Kolomatangi. He'll get this ball to the 42. Second tackle. He need a heart rate monitor on Craig. Oh, mate, he is furious. And the Rabbitohs, Jack Whiten, he'll be 35 metres away. Third tackle. 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go here of the game. Saliva Havili. Rabbitohs spread it to Latrell. Latrell kicks it through here for Tyrone Munro! Oh! Tyrone Munro scores! And we have got a tie game at 24-24 with the kick to come. Trell Mitt sees a wide open Tyrone Munro, and this is potentially to win the game here from the sideline. The Rabbitohs have scored, and we could be seeing one upset, no, two upsets, or three upsets in the one day on Super Saturday, and that is of the top 3 New Zealand Warriors, the top 4 Melbourne Storm, and the other game was the Dolphins, who have scored 156 points in the last 3 weeks and won 50, 50, and 44. This day has been insane. The Rabbitohs, they are kicking this to lead in this game with 3:44. Otherwise, we got extra time. You are friggin' kidding me, Jared. You should be happy as a Warriors fan. If the Rabbitohs win this game, if the Rabbitohs win, the Warriors will stay third, the Storm will stay fourth. This second half has been very fun. This second half has been great, Brody, but the first half was awful. The second half has been brilliant. Wowee. They're starting to find a click with Tyrone Munro out the wing. They scored a nice try, I think it was last week against the Dogs, to bring them kind of back into the game. Or was it a couple of weeks ago? I can't remember. AirPods crushed. Where do I email my claim? We get plenty of emails here on BK Sport, mate. Don't you worry. 3 minutes to go here of the game. It's 24-24. And Latrell Mitchell from the wing. Can he take the lead here with 3 minutes to go? 3 minutes to go. Latrell Mitchell from the wing. He will miss the kick by a long way. Wow, okay. Well, we might be going extra time here, folks, unless a field goal can come. We know, yeah, Latrell's not happy with this time. He's not getting limited to the crowd this time. So 24-24, and the goal kicking for the Rabbitohs is kind of costing them again. But Mitchell with the $5 donation says, I'll just go screw myself again. Yeah, no, welcome back to the party. We all like to do that here with the NRL this season because we don't know what to tip in any game. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go here in the game, 24-24. Let us know in the comment section right now. Get over there to the chat. Tell us who wins from here, the Storm or the Rabbitohs. Thumbs up and subscribe. Braden Kendall says, hopefully Rabbits win so my Warriors can stay in third. And who do the Warriors play next weekend? I can't go and have a look at who the Warriors are playing next weekend, mate. You'll have to go and have a look at that for yourself at the moment. I can have a look later. So 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go here of the game. They give it off here to Rabbitohs, who'll be taking down 13 metres out. Now remember, Latrell Mitchell has a big field goal boot on him. He's kicked a 2-point field goal before. So as long as they can get within the 50, the Rabbitohs will have an opportunity to go for a field goal. He's got a massive boot on him. He knows how to kick it. Yeah, there's the new Blues conversion kicker, said Watson. You're absolutely right. Rabbitohs now. Tallis Duncan, he'll be at the 30. He'll go right-hand side off to Keon Kolomatangi. Now he's at the 40 on 4th tackle. They're not going to be within field goal range, whether it be 2-pointer or a 1-pointer, unless they go make a break here. They give it off to Tavita Totola. They're at the 50. This would take a 55-metre 2-point field goal. It's just not going to be happening. So minute 56 to go here of the game. Trell will whack that ball up high. And that's a high kick. It's a tough one, but the Storm should. Oh, Grant Anderson nearly dropped it, but it was a great take in the end. 18 metres out from the line of their own side. Cameron Munster gives it off to Jack Howarth, And Jack Howarth will be at the 25-second tackle. Braden the Waz play the Bronx at Suncorp next week. Oh, good game. Out to the right to Ryan Pappenhausen, little puppy, and he'll be 25 metres out, 3rd tackle. They're not making any metres as well. This is looking like nearly a bolter for an extra time right now. Tui Kamikamitha to the, sorry, this is the 33. They're making next to no metres. Harry Grant to Munster. Munster fakes it to Jerome Hughes, and he'll just get taken down to the 44. So they're going to have to dink this one down deep and then just pray the Rabbitohs can't get to, within 50. But that's not a good enough kick, really, for mine. So Trell Mitt will pick this ball up at the 21. I reckon they will get a shot away here. 25 metres out, 57 seconds to go here. Tied game, 24-24. They go out to the right to Alex Johnston, and Johnston will get taken out to 25. Not the play here, lads. I'd be just pumping that ball up the forwards to try and get within the 50 so you can get a chance at a 2-point field goal. Tyrone Munro, now he's taken inside the own 30. This is not the play even the Rabbitohs so far. But Saliva Havili with a great run. He'll get this ball to the 40. 4th tackle, 35 seconds to go here. You also don't want to give the Storm a last-ditch chance, but I think we're going extra time. And 5th tackle, they get this ball to the 50. It's going to be too far out. It's got to be too far out. Surely Trell doesn't get it from here. Saliva Havili, Latrell Mitchell. No way! Ah! Oh, he's missed it. Oh my gosh, that was so close. Off the scruff. Off the cuff. He nearly got that. He nearly got that kick. Oh my gosh, he is an amazing kicker from deep from field goal. Is that a 2040? No. What? Did they just kick a 2040? What just happened just now? It's a scrum for Melbourne. 4 seconds. You're going to pack the scrum quickly. 4 seconds. The time's off. They're going to get a... Oh, they don't get it. No, what just happened? What just happened? That would have been insane. Yeah, they must have kicked a 2040 just then. Yeah, they did. Pappenhausen kicked a 2040. It found touch, but they just didn't have enough time to get up there to stop the clock. They would have had a field goal from 30 metres out in the Storm. But instead, we are going to extra time here, guys. Wow, this has been an insane second half. I did say in the last game that Rabbitohs and Storm games usually tend to be good in my memory. I don't know if that's an actual fact, but in my memory, I can remember Trell Mitt actually kicking a field goal against the Storm a couple of years ago to win a game down in Melbourne and whatnot. Or was it, maybe he kicked a field goal, but Pappenhausen might have kicked a field goal to win it or something. I can't remember. But what a crazy second half we've just witnessed. The Storm went out to a 12-0 lead in the first 10 minutes, and then the Rabbitohs brought it back to a 14-12 game against the Storm in the second half, and then the Storm went and led 18-14. Then the Rabbitohs led 20-18. Then the Storm led 24-18. And then the Rabbitohs equaled it up at 24-24. Unfortunately, the problem here for the Rabbitohs today has been their kicking. And that is exactly what happened against the Bulldogs too. Johnston, and Tyrone Munro. That's 5 tries. Harry Grant, Jerome Hughes, Grant Anderson, Tyrone Wishart, that's 4 tries. The Rabbitohs scored 5 tries to 4, but Pappenhausen got 4 from 4 conversions, and Latrell Mitchell got 2 from 5 conversions. And this is the thing, New South Wales fans, you're talking about you need a new kicker. You can't have Cleary because he's probably going to be injured for Game 3, and also missed all those kicks in Game 1. And you don't want Zach Lomax after Game 2. And then now they're talking about Latrell Mitchell. Well, Latrell Mitchell right now isn't really kind of proving your point because he's missed 2 from 5 conversions. He's missed 3 conversions in this game. He's 2 from 5, which has actually cost you. You would have won the game otherwise. Latrell Mitchell nearly just won the Rabbitohs the game with a 2-point field goal. He's great at that, but it just goes across the... oh, mate, it was a great attempt at 2-point field goal, though. Fantastic attempt. He just didn't get it. You know, Crichton's a chance, Brenton, but... You know, I don't know if it fills you with a whole bunch of faith. We'll see. But Golden Point, we're coming up here, guys. So for the uninitiated, whoever scores first wins. 1 point, 2 points, 4 points, doesn't matter. Whoever scores first wins. If it's a draw, then both teams will get 1 point. The Storm would hate that with a passion. They would hate that with a passion because their points differential is clearly the best in the comp right now. All right, here we go. The Rabbitohs kick it off, and the Storm will receive the ball 10 minutes out with Munster on the run, and he brings it out into the 20 on first tackle. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're live for every single game of Rugby League. We'll be live for 3 games tomorrow, which is Broncos, Sharks, Roosters, Cowboys, and Parramatta versus the Gold Coast Titans. Second tackle for the Storm at the 25. If this is a draw, the Rabbitohs will take it, and they'll be happy with it with their points differential. They'll go on to the Panthers and Cowboys system. The Cowboys play the Roosters tomorrow, but the Panthers lost today. Oh, no, so the Panthers won today. Sorry, that's my bad. The Panthers won today, so it brings them a little bit away. But Rabbitohs wouldn't mind a draw here. The Storm would be vehemently against having a draw. Vehemently. Because their points differential is way better than the Warriors, way better than the Raiders, and way better than the Bulldogs. So they don't want a draw here, the Storm. Fit tackle. Even if you lose, it's probably better. I would honestly say for the Storm, a loss here might even be better than a draw. In a very weird, niche way, it might be better. So, fifth tackle, now they kick it down. Rabbitohs Alex Johnson. He scored 4 tries today, and he'll be taken out of the 20 on first tackle. 4 minutes to go of Golden Point 1. Cam Brody says, remember that game? Bunnies come back from 14-0 down the last 10 minutes. Trell kicked a 2-point field goal to tie it at full time, but Puppy won a Golden Point. There you go. I was right. I was right in the end. I did say I knew that Trell kicked a field goal, but Pappenhausen ended up kicking a field goal to win it. Yeah. Kate says, I live in Melbourne and I hate the Storm, the Purple Rats. Okay, fair enough. Rabbitohs now, third tackle to the 30. Seb Watson says, Trell might be better drop kicking the extra pointers. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Well, if the New South Wales team need a field goal on Wednesday night in a couple of weeks' time, maybe you go towards Trell. Fourth tackle here at the 30. I actually would say that I'm probably more comfortable with Trell kicking a field goal than most players in the comp right now. All right, fifth tackle here for the Rabbitohs at the 38. And Latrell Mitchell will keep that one down deep. That's inside the 40, but it goes straight down to Ryan Pappenhausen, who will get the ball across now to Grant Anderson, who brings it out to the 15, and then out to the 20. So first tackle Melbourne. 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go here of Golden Point 1. Now second tackle here, and Jack Howarth crunched down the tackle, very close to going past the horizontal, but it was a great tackle in the end. Lucky that wasn't a penalty for an extra shove as well on the ground. Harry Grant to Jerome Hughes, then he gets it off to Nick Meaney, who'll bring it out to the 30 on third tackle. Not enough meters being made here by the Melbourne Storm. Harry Grant to the right inside, the Fa'alongo to the 40, to the 44. Fourth tackle now. That's a good run. Fourth tackle. They're 45 metres out. Harry Grant, Jerome Hughes. Jerome Hughes looks at the back here for Munster. Munster off to Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen the 50. He gets it across here to Grant Anderson, who'll be at the 40. He gets the offload away to Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen gets it back into Munster. Munster's still going here at the 35. He gets it back to Jerome Hughes at the 25. He's at the 20. At the 18, they've got a field goal opportunity right now. Fifth tackle. They're out to the left-hand side. They're going to have to pass it back here. Who goes to the field goal? Is it Puppy? Is it Little Mullerman? Is it Little Mullerman? Puppy! Charge down! Storm ball 6 again. They're 25 metres out now. Tyron Wishart, slow it down, take it down to 20. It's going to be first tackle here with the Melbourne Storm. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go here of Golden Point. The Storm have got the best opportunity right now to win the game. Second tackle, 15 metres out from the line. 15 metres out. When do they decide to take the field goal? This is going to be third tackle, Josh King. 5 metres out. Do you take it now? Do you take it right now? Do you take it right now? Harry Grant, he will get it all the way back here. No, he fakes it. He goes it himself. It'll be 2 metres out. They rushed up pretty quickly to prevent him. 1 metre out from the line, fourth tackle. Do the Storm get the win right now in extra time? They get it back here to Ryan Pappenhausen right in front. Little mullet man, little Bobby, little mullet man, little Bobby, little mullet man, little mullet man, little Bobby. Try time and field goal for the Melbourne Storm. Little Bobby, J. Hayes get the kid off 25-24 to the Melbourne Storm with 1:20 to go of Golden Point. The Melbourne Storm will win the game. They will go to third position on the table. The Warriors will drop off into 4th. The Rabbitohs, unfortunately, they are in 15th. They lose by 1 to -89. Now, there is a big chance they could go into 16th place tomorrow. The Rabbitohs gave it a crack. The Storm, they made a lot of errors here today, about 15 errors in the game. Really rough one from them, but they do find a way to win it. Ryan Pappenhausen right in front, and he just slots it he slots it to the right-hand side and gets it in. Wow, what a game. What a game of rugby league. What a game of rugby league. What a game of rugby league. Mitchell says, just let Bizza take it at this point. There's nothing you can't do. Braden says, hopefully Queensland wins the decider. Canal, Pitoy says, go the Storm. Olivia says, Jay loves a field goal. Jay's kits off. That's why he hasn't commented yet, because Jay's kits off from the field goal. Brenton says, Storm avoid uppercuts from Craig. No, they don't. No, they do not. No, they do not. Craig Bellamy is still uppercutting every single one of them, maybe except for Ryan Pappenhausen. Maybe except for little Malamela puppy Ryan Pappenhausen, but he's uppercutting every single other player. Because the Storm here, you could make a solid argument that they didn't even deserve to win, because the Rabbitohs scored 5 tries to 4. It was 5 tries to 4 Rabbitohs way. Johnson scored 4, Tom Munro scored 1, Harry Grant, Hughes, Anderson, and Tyrone Wishart all scored 1 try apiece there. 4 tries for the Storm to 5 to the Rabbitohs, but Latrell Mitchell missed 3 conversions, which ultimately cost them the game. The completion rate was much better, much better there for the Rabbitohs at 86%, 37 from 43, whilst the Storm had 74%, 32 from 43, so 11 incomplete sets. Not great there. The Storm had 10 more runs. They did have about 110 more meters, so a pretty even game in the run meter department. Post-contact meters was well in advance there of the Storm. Line breaks the same. Tackle breaks, defensively, the Rabbitohs fell apart in the second half. Average set distance was just in favour of the Storm. They were 41.53 to 38.88 for the Rabbitohs. Play the ball speed was pretty slow at 3.45 and 3.52 for both those teams. Offloads 8-3 Storm way. And then you go to the effective tackle percentage. The Storm defensively were actually fantastic tonight with 93.78%. They only had 3 ineffective. They had 21 missed tackles, whilst the Rabbitohs at 88.56 is very basic at 31 missed tackles and 15 ineffective. So that's 46 bad tackles to the 24 for the Storm. You can see who was the better defensive team. With that being said, though, that's not an awful stat line for the Rabbitohs because they're at least above the 88%. But the negative play is crazy. 14 errors for the Storm, 5 penalties conceded, 1 ruck infringement, and 1 inside 10. That is a ridiculous stat count there for the Storm. But when you win games like this, where you don't necessarily play too well, people don't necessarily believe you deserve to win it, per se, well, if you can still win those games, you show your premiership credentials. You're not going to win by 40 points and 50 points every single week. You know, you are going to have games like this, like we saw from Canberra against the Tigers. They came in, they expected it was going to be a whooping. Canberra went out to a 16-0 lead. The Tigers came back and had every opportunity to win it, but Canberra grounded out. That was more important and more impressive for Raiders to win that game yesterday against a weaker Tigers team than it was for them to beat them by 40. The Warriors today, did the complete opposite. They took on a Panthers team with 5 of their players out. Nathan Cleary out, Dylan Edwards out, Liam Martin out, Isaiah Yeo out, and Brian To'o out. Right? And the Warriors pretty much had a full-strength team minus Kurt Catewell. And they played at home, and they were up, and then they completely fell apart, and the Panthers absolutely dominated them to score 28 points to 18. Right, so it's the complete opposite there for the Warriors, where they came in complacent, they lost the game to a much lesser team, and it shows the difference in mindset between a team like the Raiders, who were able to win that game yesterday, and a team like the Storm, who, against adversity, was still able to win this game 25-24. And it's like the Rabbitohs are an awful team. They are in the bottom 4. They have a chance to go into second last tomorrow, depending on who wins Titans and Eels game. But the point is that you are going to get those lesser teams down the bottom of the table playing up to their opponent, and you still need to come in and you still need to beat them, because you can beat the top teams, and that's great when it comes to finals, and that's fine. But also, if you lose a game like this, it tells you a lot more about their mindset long term. So this is actually a pretty good win for the Storm. It is actually, funnily enough, a pretty good win for the Storm, considering how bad they actually did play for the most part, and they still win 25-24. Braden says at least the Waz are in the top 4 still. Correct, but today was a worry. Bretton says, cheers for the streams, mate. Appreciate you, man. We'll be here for 3 games tomorrow, which is Broncos, Sharks early on. Then we've got the Roosters and Cowboys, and then we'll have my team, the Titans, taking on the Parramatta Squeals. Can't wait for the Thailand walk-around stream later tonight. Thanks, Jay. Pakali says Latrell will kick it. Okay, Pakali, the game is finished. The game is over. Latrell didn't kick the conversion from the sideline. That was about 10 minutes ago now. We've gone into extra time, and the Storm have won 25-24. So, unfortunately, you are wrong. It happened 10 minutes ago, and unfortunately, you are wrong. 10 minutes ago that happened, and it was still incorrect. Kay says, we're favourites tomorrow to beat the Eels. I reckon we can get up. That's because Mitchell Moses and Dylan Brown are both injured, so they don't have their halves. David says, Blaze gone to that ping pong match later on. No, thank you. And Tylan Anscombe says, Jack Howarth should be Queensland centre. Edge defence for Queensland has been god-awful. Over who? Over who? Like, I can see Val Holmes. He's probably just getting in on name right now. Queensland aren't going to change their team too much based off of a winning game too. Whilst I agree with what you're saying, and I think that Queensland long-term do need to be looking towards their centres and what they can do going forward, I can't think of the other centres that would be on the potential right this very second. Obviously, Jack Howarth is a name that is getting put up there. Robert Toyer is definitely not getting dropped because Robert Toyer has been a fantastic player across the first two games, specifically the first game. But Toyer's not getting dropped. So the only one you could be thinking about there is Val Holmes, and it'd be interesting to see who the other guys who'd be on the table there. But yeah, Jack Howarth is solid. Rewatch Origin 1 and 2. Hammer, I think, has been the worst defensively. They're never dropping Hamiso. They're never dropping Hamiso. Hamiso's also the winger, so he's not the centre, so that completely takes away that conversational point. You're not pushing Val to the wing, and you're not taking Hamiso out when he scored 2 tries in the last game. I don't disagree that Hamiso has been poor defensively, but ultimately, I do think that comes down to Val Holmes on the inside. So if you're looking to drop someone, it would be Val. I don't think they do that going into Game 3, considering they won Game 2, though. But then again, I didn't think they'd drop Cherry Evans, but that ended up being a masterclass, realistically. It ended up being a masterclass. Hammer for Ponga, then Holmes dropped. I'm actually interested to see how Reece Walsh goes tomorrow. I'm interested to see. I don't think that... wait, Hammer for Ponga. Wait, what? Holmes dropped. Hammer for Ponga. So you're assuming that Hamiso go... Hammer for Ponga. So what you're saying is Hamiso switches with Ponga to the wing. No, what are you saying? Hammer for Ponga, then Holmes dropped. Because you're saying Holmes dropped. If Hammer goes to Ponga's position, then Ponga would get dropped. And then that doesn't make sense. Tuolangi is a good shout. They absolutely could do this. If Tuolangi has a good game tomorrow for the Roosters and then Cowboys play again next week, I don't know who they play. I would assume they don't have a bye, but they may have a bye. But whoever the Cowboys play next week, Murray Talangi could definitely come back in on the wing there. They could shift Hamiso into the centres and drop Val Holmes, but Ponga's got nothing to do with it. Ponga will beat the back. But it'll be interesting to see. It'll be very interesting to see if Reece Walsh can have a good couple of games. I still think they'll go with Ponga. I don't think they change Ponga by any means. I know the fans are looking to get rid of Ponga. But I would say that Ponga stays as the fullback. And I wouldn't necessarily mind the switch of Hamiso into the centres with Murray Talangi on the wing, because I do think that Val Holmes has been quite poor. I do. No, Ponga's not getting dropped, bro. That's not happening. I understand what you're saying, but that's not happening. Like, that back line, sure, you're entitled to your opinion, but it's not happening. Billy Slater is never making that many changes, especially going to Game 3. That's crazy. That's crazy thought in a decider. There is absolutely no chance that happens. Hamiso will either be centre or wing. If you drop Val Holmes and you're pushing Hamiso into the centres, then you'd put Murray Talangi onto the wing and you'd keep either Ponga in the fullback or you'd move to Reece Walsh. But that 1 through 5 is just simply isn't happening. There's no way we'd do it. F6 says can't drop Val. We won because of his goal kicking. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree. This is just conversational point to try and work out how that goes there. But anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off here for now. I've got 3 games to go to tomorrow. I've got to go for a nice little beautiful steak right now. Really enjoyable day of actual footy. Knights getting a big upset win against the Dolphins over there in Perth. A nice little extra time game here between the Storm and the Rabbitohs in a nearly upset win for the Rabbitohs. It's just their goal kicking that cost them again. And then a big upset between the Panthers and the Warriors game over there in New Zealand. So rugby league at its finest as per usual. This is what happens, man. This is what happens. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. And I appreciate you as always. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya!